Good evening and welcome back to the Basement Show with Mr. Knast. I'm joined tonight by Mr. Michael Russo, and this is Sports Gladiators.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the best show on the internet, buddy. We are here every Monday just for you guys. Hope you had a great Thanksgiving, everybody.
Hope you had a great Thanksgiving. Came back on a nice 4 days off.
And now we're back with the show of the shows.
Yeah. I mean, I hope everyone took the time to enjoy Thanksgiving. I did make a little 12-minute pre-recording that I had posted Thanksgiving afternoonish. Mike was nice enough to send in a nice video clip for that show.
He forced me to do it. I don't want to say thanks to any of you people.
I did force him to do it, but that's okay because he agreed to do it. So at the end of the day,
go ahead, John.
It is on Mike. He agreed to do it. So we already have some people popping in.
It's Master Chief.
Master Chief. Have Master Chief wish Mr. Tyler Breach a happy birthday, if you don't mind.
Oh, Tyler, happy birthday, buddy. Welcome to the show, man.
Welcome in, Tyler.
Yo, John, I have a question. Are you one of these viewers on Facebook?
No, I am not viewing on Facebook today.
No.
We have Mr. Curtis on Twitch, not Facebook, Twitch.
Curtis on Twitch. What's going on, Curtis?
He must be streaming a little bit. So we'll wait a couple minutes, see if anyone else wants to pop in and say hello. If you tune in during the show, stay tuned because I am doing a giveaway this week. And there are three code words that you have to know in order to find out. So we have Mr. Curtis wishing Tyler a happy birthday. They look okay. I wouldn't say they look good. They look okay. They have a lot.
They looked okay.
They need to get back to how they were in the beginning of the season, and that's dominating early and closing these teams out late. If you let teams hang around long enough, you're going to get beat, and they almost did last night.
Yep. I was Mr. Negative Nancy yesterday, buddy. At halftime, I thought the game was going to go the Packers' way. I'm a horrible fan. John knows it. Now the rest of the guys know it from the message thing yesterday. Horrible fan.
Good. So I'm gonna. You're a lot better than the Bucks. Yeah,
that is true. Yo, Curtis, baby.
Yeah, Tyler's being honest, so.
Curtis.
He's being too modest in this comment. I mean, I appreciate it. I don't know, Mike does, so.
What do I do?
So,
what? Huh? What did I do? What I agree to? What?
Well, about being the best host on Sports Gladiators, me and you.
Oh, you were the best thing on the internet. Are you kidding me?
So,
it's not even close, people. Not even close.
With that being said, I did some work and I showed Mike before the show. So without further ado, I'm going to pop this up and we can get
check it out. Check it out, people. Check it out.
Boom.
Boom. There it is, folks.
Look at this.
Look at this high tech thing here. It's awesome.
I did some extensive typing, as you can see, before we started the show tonight. I actually did my homework for once.
Yeah.
So,
wait, John. If Pepsi executives are out there, we need a sponsorship, buddies over there. We need a sponsorship. Thank you.
So, I didn't do all the games like this, but I did do about 2 to 3 of them. So, I hope you guys like the new diagram type format. So now you can see what we're reading out loud. I know this helps Mike a lot. It helps me. Some people like it. Some people don't. But I wanted to try something different.
Yeah, off sports topic. I want to show you this thing that I found at my house and found a use for it. Look at this. Here, look at this. Look at this. This is a nipple torture device, right? Look, red and black, and then you have the other end where the nipples go. See that? Check that out, man. I thought this was a tool for IT, but it's not really. It's a porn tool. All right, back on topic.
Thanks for the sex education, Mike. I appreciate that. But I added a whole bunch of different things to this. So, like I said, now you can read along with us as we talk about different games. So,
yes,
obviously, the first one on the list, you have the Philadelphia Eagles defeating the Green Bay Packers 40-33. This game was back and forth till late in the game. Again, Eagles got off to a hot start, but they let Green Bay hang in the game, which the first half of the season, they really didn't do that with teams. They put them They've got on him early and put him away late, which they need to get back to doing really, really soon. So Jalen Hurts was 16 of 28 for 153 yards, 2 touchdowns. Also broke the franchise record with 17 carries for 157 yards.
Just to say something, I thought it was Randall Cunningham that had the record, not Vic.
Nope, Michael Vick had it.
It was Vic, but I didn't know that. I thought it was Cunningham.
Yeah, and then the player of the game, in my opinion, was Mr. Miles Sanders, 21 attempts, 143 yards, with a 6.8 average and 2 touchdowns on the ground. AJ Brown had.
They should have fed him more, Sanders.
And they used other running backs. And that's where the last stat comes out. As a team, the Eagles had 363 rushing yards.
I will say something. Wait, real quick about Miles Sanders. All you Eagle fans and even the team itself, you don't need to look for another running back. I'm getting sick and tired of hearing about how Miles Sanders has to go. He doesn't have to go. With that line and the skill that he has, he's fine. So I wish people would start saying, oh, we need to start looking because he's been injured. No, you don't see anyone moving on from Barkley, Saquon Barkley, do you? This was he was in Penn State at the same time. So I just want to say that you people need to get off the whole getting rid of Sanders or finding someone that can be behind him. It's ridiculous. There's no need to. You got Boston Scott and then you have
Gainwell.
Oh, thank you. That can, if he's down or anything like that for a period of time, you don't get rid of Miles Sanders. Okay, done.
Curtis is giving me a lovely compliment.
Curtis, you saw the device, man. I thought it was an IT device or a computer device, but no, I found out that it's a AAA sex toy or sex torture device.
So, but yeah.
Curtis, I love you, Curtis. Though.
But 363 yards on the ground as a team, that is incredible. That's more than some teams put up as a whole all game.
John, you didn't even mention the Sanders thing that I was just talking about. You should have at least agreed or disagreed with me.
No, I agree with you. But looking at the longevity of running backs, it's hard to say if they keep them or not. I think if you can get a team-friendly deal out of him, absolutely, you bring him back. He's a good north-south runner. He's a hard runner. He's averaging 5.5 to 6 yards a carry. He's what you need. So,
exactly. So, he's in his last year. Is he in his last year of his rookie contract, John?
Yes. And that's the big debate is, do you pay him or do you try to get him back on a team-friendly deal? The way running backs work.
I agree with you, John. I don't think you hand him a mega contract or anything like that.
Well, there's one team in particular that did that. Now they're kind of saying, did we really want to do that? And I'll talk about that in a minute. But that's what you got to ask yourself. Can you get him back at a decent price?
I think if you sign him for 4 to 5 years at around $8 to $10 million a year, I think that's the contract to go with.
And I would say that would be a phenomenal contract to get him at if you could do that.
Well, but I'm talking 4 or 5 years. If you're only going to sign for 2-3 years, then you're probably going to need to go up to 10 million. I mean, not 10 million. You have to go a little bit, I guess, lower. But if the team wants him for more years, I don't know what he's looking for in the term of year. Well, we'll find out. We'll find out.
And Aaron Rodgers had 140 yards on 11 to 16, 2 touchdowns, 2 injuries. But he did leave the game hurt in the fourth quarter. We maybe cracked a couple of ribs. He was having a really hard time throwing. And those type of injuries linger. If you don't take care of them right away, they will linger. Ask Justin Cooper.
Don't come to Philly. We'll injure you.
And then AJ Dillon only had 8 rushing attempts for 64 yards and a touchdown, which is mind-blowing because the kid's good. He's a good power running. He's a north-south runner, and they don't beat him enough. Green Bay is one of those pass-happy teams that forgets the running backs. And being up in Green Bay this time of year, especially with it getting colder, you need to have a balanced offensive attack.
You do. Dylan, I agree with John 100%. He's not fed enough.
And then Christian Watson, who has come on as of late, 4 receptions, 110 yards and a touchdown, 63 of which were on one passing attempt from Jordan Love in the fourth quarter, which was a really bad covered ball by the Eagles secondary. Horrible. He had a good angle and just took off. I mean, all this kid has been doing the last 3 games is catching touchdowns. Yeah, I think he said he has 6 of them.
You didn't think it was going to be sustained, though, because you said last week you were like, well, he hasn't really done anything until the last few games.
No, because he has the drop problem. He has potential, but he needs to learn to catch the ball. So,
Andrea McCormick. What's up, Andrea? What's up, Andrea?
She's giving you hard eyes too. Watch out. Oh, hey,
I know. Look at that. Yeah. Well, she married her best friend, so I have no chance. Plus, I'm married.
That is true. But
trust me, Andrea, you would not want to live with me ever.
All right. Now, if Tyler and Curtis just want to chime in for this question I have, at 4-8 and pretty much out of playoff contention, do you stick with your future Hall of Fame quarterback in Aaron Rodgers, or do you see what you have in Jordan Love? Granted, he's in year 3 of his 5-year rookie deal. So at this point of his contract, what do you do?
Sorry, I'm entertaining myself.
It's all right.
I know, Andrew. I do. I hope you took it the right way. You know, I know you married you.
Like she has been in love for me too. It's okay.
She married her best friend, so you know, like there's none of you guys out there have any chance. So I know she's super hot and super intelligent and funny. No chance.
Yeah.
Oh,
there you go.
Curtis.
First take. I think at this point you give the rookie a shot and see the future. I completely agree. I mean, no one is catching Minnesota in the NFC North. They're 5 games up. Minnesota's 9-2. Green Bay is 4-8. You're not making the playoffs. It's time to maybe change the tide around a little bit. So I agree with Curtis. I think it's time for Love to get extensive playing time. That way you can see going into next year if you're picking up that 5th year going forward. Mike, what do you say?
John, run the versus thing.
Not yet.
What do you mean? This is it right here. This is the topic we talked about.
No, we ain't. We're doing something else. I'm waiting to introduce that. I promise.
We handle things beforehand, folks, but then it goes haywire when we start.
It's all right.
John doesn't like my opinion on anything.
No, we have those 5 questions lined up. Remember?
Oh, okay. Sorry, guys.
Pause the line. Stay tuned for what.
Yeah, don't listen to what I'm saying. Don't listen to what I'm saying.
So, but I want your opinion on this question. Give the reins a Love. Rodgers might be hurt for a couple weeks. Packers are not really fighting. Yeah, see, he also agrees.
Yeah, we had this discussion ahead of time, and I said to stick with Rodgers, and John was like not having it because he said they're out of contention. Like
the 5 games out of first place.
Like Tyler said, like Tyler just said, he's like Packers aren't really fight for it. That's the same point John brought up. But I think he just used Aaron Rodgers, and then he needs to retire.
Yeah, I mean, even my best friend Kristen, I know she's probably not watching. She's a diehard Packers fan. She's from Jersey, but she loves the Packers. She's even tired of Aaron Rodgers and ready for a change. If you think about it.
No, go ahead, John.
You think about it. This same thing happened back in 2008. Brett Favre had gotten hurt.
There it is.
Came in, and then the whole controversy started then. It's happening again.
Right. And like I brought up in previous weeks, he was very critical of Brett Favre pulling that 1-year thing and always having to wait. Like he had comments about it. All right. He didn't exactly blast Aaron Rodgers, but he still implied it in several interviews. Okay. He is now doing the same exact thing. The same exact thing that he was mad about. He's doing right now.
Yeah. Well.
And another thing is he's become a head case. So
yes.
He's way too overthinking. I don't know what. Yeah, he's just that.
Andrew says she's too.
Oh, I bet that's yummy for your husband.
So, Mike, you want to have the next game? Here you go.
Here we go. Okay, here's what you do. You trade Josh Allen to the Jets, maybe.
You're not going to read any of this. Okay, so I guess what you want me to read it? You want to?
Go ahead, John.
I mean, this game was actually a really good back and forth game. It was the first game of the day on Thanksgiving. Detroit, I thought was going to pull out the upset, but Josh Allen, given too much time in the fourth quarter, again, leads the team down the field, finished the game 24-42, 253, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception, and again, led the team in rushing, 10 attempts, 78 yards, and a touchdown. Singletary was right behind him, though.
By record, Andrea, it's the Eagles. By record.
By record, yes.
They are the best. Top team.
But
I want to add something. No, go ahead, John. No, go ahead. I was going to once again, this is like the Eagles game. Buffalo Bills, I thought, have a shutdown defense. Okay. I know they're missing a couple guys, which can be tough, when you miss key guys, but they allowed the Detroit Lions to put up 25 points. I'm just like, where are these defenses that, just like the Eagles? Eagles defense, was even incredible in the Colts game. But I mean, it's like they disappear on the Commanders. We signed 2 guys and they still can get through our line. And as John pointed, they were east to west more than north or south. But I just wanted to say that.
Yeah.
Do I have that right? Do I have that right, or did I go off topic?
No, you're right.
No. I'm just comparing the Eagles defense. So that's what I think. But I know they're missing a couple of key guys, so I guess I can't be too hard on them. Yes, Tyler is right. He's out for the season, I think. I don't think he comes back.
That's a huge loss for Buffalo if that's the case.
Oh, it definitely is, because Ron's here. Ron Tessing's in there.
Ron Tessing in the building.
Now the show can start. Ron Tessing.
Rewind.
Rewind the show. We got to start over. Ron's here. The Ron Tessing show. We just hosted.
Yeah. He will be actually joining us next week, he said.
Yes. Ron's going to be live, folks. Live here in the show.
He's probably going to come out of the closet.
Coming out of the closet that John claims he has him locked up in. But Tyler, to say this right, Von Miller is their leading sack guy too. So that's going to be that is going to be even a further hurt to the defense. So you're right, Tyler. It's going to get tough for them.
Yeah, for sure. But Isaiah McKenzie was the leading receiver, even though Diggs did make a very big catch over the middle late in that fourth quarter to set up the game-winning field goal. So they have a solid 1-2 punch, and Gabe Davis is the forgotten slot receiver who can also put up big numbers if he has to. So Buffalo has the offensive weapons. Now they just got to get their defense in line, like Mike said. And then, unfortunately, it sucked for Detroit. Another heartbreaking loss. Jared Goff actually had a really good game, 23-37.
Yeah,
240, two touchdowns. Jamal Williams, not used enough, in my opinion. Only 18 attempts for 66 yards. Did pat his leading rushing total, though, at 13. And Amon St. Brown, proven to be a number 1 wide receiver after this year. So, numbers don't lie right here. 9 catches, 122 and a touchdown. That's what you expect from a number 1 receiver.
You do. And he's going to make Jared Goff look a lot better than he is.
Yes.
So
now, the next game on Thanksgiving was another doozy. Mike, you want to talk about this one?
Yeah, the Dallas Giants game. Look, the points that Giants put up right at the end was the Dallas Cowboys had this well in hand. Score doesn't really reflect that because of the garbage touchdown in the fourth. But, Saquon Barkley held to a low, which means it's not like he couldn't be stopped, but they really, really did a good job of containing him. Darius Slayton, 3 for 60 yards. I think Darius Slayton is a pretty good receiver. So that's a low game for him as well. Daniel Jones is, I'm 50-50 on if Daniel Jones is the future at quarterback there. I got to say, I'm sure there's a lot to disagree with you, but Daniel Jones just does not look like the answer to me, at least at this stage. I mean, it's been a few years, I should say, this stage, but
they did decline his 5th-year option, so they have the right to try to sign him back or let him walk after this year. We will see.
Exactly. So.
But then the 2 other points I made at this game, the Giants were actually winning this game 13-7 at halftime, but then completely decimated in the second half, outscored 21-7. So basically, you can say this game was the tale of 2 halves. And then the other asterisk is something I saw on NFL. 42 million people watched this game on Thanksgiving. Like, if you think about it, 4:30 Thanksgiving is normally like dinner time for a lot of people. So to hear that 42 million people watch this game is absolutely incredible.
That is incredible. And here's John. I just want to go back to that thing. See, Ron, same way. You don't keep Daniel Jones. He agrees with me. John, are you that too, that he's got to go, Jones?
My question is, okay, coming out in the draft this year, there's not a lot of high-end talent coming out in the draft. Okay, so say you let Daniel Jones walk. You have Tyrod Taylor under contract for 1 more year. Do you roll with him for 1 more year? Maybe try to get a mid-round first pick next year and go after a quarterback higher in the draft, or do you maybe see what's available in free agency? That's what kind of questions you have to ask yourself when you are going to let potentially a franchise quarterback walk away. They didn't draft anybody. Like Philly drafted Jalen Hurts, so we all knew Carson Wentz's days were numbered in Philly once Hurts came into town. Right now, the Giants have Daniel Jones and Tyrod Taylor. So you gotta ask yourself, do you maybe sign him back to a 1-year deal?
Well, Taylor's not going to be any better, just to let you know.
Okay, so then you franchise tag Daniel Jones, bring him back for 1 more year, and then address it in the draft, or you just fold and take someone as a developmental quarterback and start Tyrod Taylor for a year. There's a lot of ways you can look at that.
Yes, there is.
So,
and like we were talking about earlier, the Eagles better shore up that run defense. So I'm saying Barkley can shred us if we don't clamp down on that, especially after seeing you can go east-west on us.
Yep. And I agree with this also. Like NFC East is putting up some great games this year.
Yes, they are.
So I completely agree with that, Ron. Now the next one is just a breakdown of the rest of the games from that. Mike, is there any games that have stuck out to you looking at this?
New England fans need to shut up. The call was fine. So I understand nobody understood that, but this is what kills me, right? There's a guy there, 30, 35 years retired from officiating football games. Yet they go to him. He agrees it's not a catch. They go back to Tirico, and he's like, well, it is under the ball. It's like, dude, you already got explained to it by the ref as to why, the ex-ref. So it's not a catch. Okay? It wasn't a catch, so too bad. Quit bitching about it. And by the way, I can't wait for Belichick to leave. He is absolutely the crankiest. I shouldn't even say cranky. He's just not good for the game. I understand he just don't want to answer questions. Like he gets all snippy about the call and then says, well, you guys are pool reporters. Isn't that your job? I can't stand him. So it's also great that they lost. So, I just, that's what I have to say about that game. Oh my God. The Tampa Bay game. Okay, look. Tom Brady, I don't care if you quote stats or whatever. He used to be able to pick a game up on his shoulders and win it. Can't do that anymore.
Yeah, you see what Ron's saying at the bottom of the screen, Mike? Giants need to draft a quarterback and sign a vet for a year or two. They expected to have a better pick.
Yes, I 100% agree with Ron on that.
He's absolutely right. No one expected the Giants to be 7-4 at this point.
No, they didn't.
No one.
Now back to this Cleveland-Tampa Bay thing. Okay? You don't need to make excuses anymore for this. Yeah, exactly, Ron. Brady's done. Okay, you could tell that this whole season he's been done. I'm sure part of it had to do with his life collapsing. Okay, with the marriage and everything, which he did to himself. Then he's like John had said about probably 2-3 shows ago. Then he doesn't practice with the team. It shows up when he wants to, and it's obvious that he just can't do it anymore. I mean, he got sacked 4 times yesterday. He's known for his quick release, so he doesn't have it anymore, guys. I'm sorry, you lost.
Now they just lost one of the main offensive linemen too.
Well, yeah, Tyler, I understand it is part coaching. Yeah, I understand that he's not the coach Arians was. So I kind of agree with you, Tyler, on that. But Brady's he's not what he was. I mean, look at last week. They ran that stupid play for him to try to do a Philly special, and he fell down of his own accord over his own feet and got it picked off. He's done. I don't know why people run him at all. I'm not going to say more about it. All I'm saying is Tampa Bay will be lucky if they get in. Part of it might be because their division is weak. That's the only way that they get in is because they have a weak division.
Yeah.
So there you go. That's my take on that game.
But like I said, he also just lost one of his main offensive linemen, possibly for the season, in Tristan Woods.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that.
So see how that factors into everything too.
You're right, Ron. Brady is mentally checked out of the game. He doesn't care anymore. I don't think he cares anymore. He yelled at his offensive line. Did they get any? Did they give him better protection? Nope. You yell at your offensive line. I might have worked in Patriots land, okay, but it doesn't float in Tampa Bay. So
there you go. Tyler's clarifying. Worse at 3 to 4 weeks. That's still a pretty brutal stretch when you need to start winning football games.
Yeah, I don't know what their next 4 games look like. 3 to 4 games look like with Tampa Bay. John's going to research that. Okay, I want to talk about since I give Cincinnati such a hard time. Yeah, Ron, it worked like I just said, it worked at the Patriots. Okay, and they rallied behind him, but it didn't happen. It just did not happen in Tampa Bay. So, or it's not doing it. This offensive line's probably already known he's checked out. He's a prima donna. So That's what's up with that. Now, I gave Cincy a hard time, and they pulled out a really hard-fought victory against the Titans. So I want to give them, they're looking a lot better than they did the first 3 games of the season because I thought it was done. They've moved back into possible getting into the playoffs, whereas the Rams are done. They're finished. They ran that back they ran it back, and it's been an absolute clusterfuck. Another quarter for me.
All right, well, here you go for Tampa Bay's next 4 games real quick, Mike. You got them hosting the Saints at San Francisco, hosting the Bengals, and then out in Arizona.
Two of those four games are going to be trouble for them.
I think the Saints play them tough. I don't think they beat the 49ers and the Bengals. I think you could easily go 1-3 in that next 4 games without losing.
I think 2-2, but yeah, you could definitely go that way. And back to the Rams a little bit. Ron's right. Without Cup, they got no shot, but they had no shot before Cup went down. In my opinion, they were done.
They're not the same team this year.
I'm sure Donaldson's regretting coming back to run it back. The team's not what they were the year before. They lost Von Miller. They didn't have OBJ this year, so even though he only played the second half of the season, so the Rams are finished. I don't know. That team will probably be blown up a little bit next year.
Well, that's one thing I'm going to say when we put the slide, but I'll get to that in a second. The one game that sticks out to me, well, there's a couple games on this list, but if I'm a Miami Dolphins fan and a big Tua fan, I am really mad at Mike McDaniels right now. They were winning this game 30-0. They pulled Tua to start the fourth quarter. He was at 299 yards. He has a clause in his contract. If he passes for 300 yards, he gets a bonus. So
I didn't know that.
To rip a guy off of a bonus by 1 yard is absolutely pathetic. I don't care if your team is winning or losing. To take money from a player who has helped you to the point you're at in the season is absolutely absurd. And if I'm the coach, I should be ashamed of myself.
I didn't even know that. Looks like Ron didn't know that either. That's ridiculous.
If he has 300 yards passing in a certain game, he gets like a $10,000 bonus on the game check.
I know. Come on,
he finishes the game with 299 because they benched him in the start of the fourth quarter.
Now, I know this is gonna be mad. Miami fans are gonna be super angry when I say this. Okay, Tua had massive hip surgery his last year in college, and all I'm saying is that his longevity, I don't think is going to be there. No. I think that he's got probably another 4 years of getting to be dominant. But if he injures any of that hip again, he's literally done for his career. They said that when they did the surgery. All I'm saying is, to his health, 3-4 years, I'm sorry, if he starts to show injury, it's just going to be downhill.
Okay, but since he's come back, they have won 5 games in a row in dominating fashion. He is playing at an all-pro MVP type level. If you keep Tua healthy, Miami is maybe a top 2 team in the AFC this year.
Oh no, I'm just talking about longevity. I wasn't talking this year. He's done great. I'm just saying they said if that hip gets any more damage to it, he's done. I mean, it's not even like, well, I'll have a chance. No, it's finished. So I just worry about for longevity. No, Miami fans should love the next, like I said, 3-4 years. They should love it. Tua's going to be playing at a high level as long as he keep the tools, the people around him that he needs. I'm just talking about longevity. But yes, he's been killer. I don't consider Miami's big win over Houston anything special, but they've been dominant since he returned. Okay.
Now the next game I'm going to point out is the Jacksonville-Baltimore game. This was a crazy game from what I read. Saw the highlights, absolutely. Back and forth. Baltimore goes up ahead. Jacksonville goes down, scores the touchdown to pull it 27-26 with the 9 seconds left. And what does Doug Peterson do? He goes for the win. I love it. He knows this team's not making the playoffs this year. So to go for a 2-point conversion and actually get it to pull out an upset win over a top team like Baltimore is absolutely phenomenal. So,
okay, I got to catch up on these things. I say so. Kyler, wait, who's K again?
That's Curtis.
Oh, Curtis is there. Wait, I didn't know that. He's just shitting on Tua. Okay, John's talking about the concussion. I'm assuming that's what Stafford. So yeah.
No, this is with Tool.
Oh, I totally forgot about that stupid mess 2 weeks. Yeah, I'm sorry, John. I was thinking of the Rams game. I apologize.
No, since Tool's come back, they should be kissing his ass because he's helping the team win. I know what I'm saying.
Yeah, I see what Ron's saying here. That is super shitty for that to keep that guy's it's just ridiculous. And yes, I agree with Jaron on this. Got to keep good receivers around him. You definitely. And like I said, Kai Curtis, I like I said, he's playing great. I think he's got 3-4 years. I'm just saying that he's always going to have to be wary of that hip. Any other injury, would be bad as well. But I'm just saying that's the one thing he can't be hit. He's dominant if you got a window of 3-4 years, that's not including this year. That's great. That's a pretty good window. So I don't mean to I'm not trying to shit on the Miami Dolphins. I'm just worried about his health. That's all I'm saying. That's all I was really saying. Tyler's right. They choked. And yeah, I agree with Ron. Lawrence will be fine underneath him.
Yes.
All right, caught up.
And
John's right. That was the game of the year, by the way. Get back to what John was saying. That was the game of the year, definitely Canada.
And Pittsburgh's up on Indianapolis right now, 3-0. If anyone's watching, so
there you go.
I just checked my phone. And then all the other games.
Well, the Chargers won that in the last minute, didn't they?
I believe so. Yes.
I watched that 86-yard walk-off TD. I'm like, who allows that?
So
he was gone and he was past the line in 2 seconds.
Now the next graphic is going to be
wait. Kansas City Chiefs did what they normally do, and San Fran should put up. Well, New Orleans has a decent defense, so that's just but they shut them down. You're right, John. Okay. Sorry, guys. I'm just trying to get everything out there.
Okay. The next slide is going to be a fun one to talk about. It is the playoff breakdown if the playoffs were to start today.
This is an awesome graph. John put a lot of work into this, probably about 2 minutes. But
more than that, believe it or not, because I had to do a lot of editing.
Yeah, John. I tell John. I can see where you had problems. I can see where you would have had problems you had to fix.
Yes, but
this
is if the playoffs were to start today. Where would we be at?
Yeah, I think Cleveland, Carolina. I think that's the Super Bowl this year.
No, we gotta go with Andrew's Detroit, Houston. She said that back in the beginning of the season.
Detroit, Houston. Wait, Detroit or Houston?
No, Detroit versus Houston is Andrew's pick for the Super Bowl.
Could be. I think so. Maybe could be Las Vegas Browns.
So
the Browns are in the AFC. Sorry.
So
no, they're in the NFC. Yeah, it could be Browns, Carolina. Maybe. I don't. Those are my picks.
Tyler, that is, in my opinion, so effing disrespectful to do that to a player like Sean Taylor. Dan Snyder should be absolutely ashamed of himself. And if I'm the family, I want nothing to do with that organization ever again.
I didn't know this happened, but yeah, that's pitiful.
Look, Mike, when you have time, look it up. It is absolutely dreadful.
Oh my God.
The only nice thing about it, they honored him by actually putting a Redskins jersey on display. Not the fake Commanders crap. They made an actual Washington Redskins, like Tyler said, mannequin, but it's a wire frame body with Sean Taylor's jersey.
Why do you not build a statue? I don't get it.
It's absolutely pathetic. So I won't go into more because I will get
Look, you'd have to make a solid gold one, but for God's sakes, how much money, with these teams making billions, how much money would it have cost to make at least a decent statue? I mean, come on. Ridiculous. Now that I heard this.
Like I said, I'm not trying to get heated about it, but it was dreadful.
John was outside his house screaming and lighting things on fire. Don't be fooled. Don't be fooled.
But no, this graphic just breaks down if the this just breaks down if the
Prince today. Prince is in the house.
Prince, I told you I make graphics, buddy. I showed Prince this one before I finished it. I showed him what my idea was. I didn't show him the full finished product, but thanks for popping in, Prince. It's nice to see you.
Yeah, Prince, I see it's the Ron Testing Show hosted by Mr. Knast and myself. Just to
Yep.
let you know. It's Ron
So-
Testing Show. Let's make this clear.
Okay, Mike, if you're looking at this graphic, if the playoffs would start tomorrow, which game would you be most intrigued by?
What do you mean in the play? You mean as for the Super Bowl, or you mean
Just in the playoffs as starting the playoffs?
Tyler? Actually, now that Wentz isn't playing, they've been pretty good.
Yeah, well, if you look at the bottom of the screen, they would be the last team in the playoffs right now at 7-5.
Yeah, that's not a bad record. They won 3 in a row now?
Yeah, something like that. Tyler Heineke. Thank you for sharing, Prince.
Yeah, okay. I don't agree with Tyler on that one. Not yet, Tyler.
But
Even though we should have beat him. Let me see matchups. Out of these matchups.
I mean, if you ask me, the AFC is all juicy. They're all.
Do you want me to do? Okay.
No, just like pick what one you think would be the most intriguing.
Of these games you have up here.
Yes, out of the wild card. If this was the wild card round right now, which game would you be most ready to watch intently?
Probably Baltimore Buffalo.
That would be a good one. And then if you look, you have Titans Cincinnati, who just played each other this past
No,
week.
I thought about that, but I would go with Baltimore Buffalo. Miami walks all over the Jets if that's the case. Titans Cincy was another good game. Dallas beats Tampa Bay. San Francisco, I think, can beat could go either way, but I think San Fran, I would give them the leg up. Minnesota destroys Washington.
Okay. So who'd you have beating Baltimore Buffalo?
Who did I have, you mean?
Yeah.
If that game, you said to pick a game. You want me to pick a team?
I thought, well, you were going down the list, so.
Well, there's Ron, Tampa, Dallas. Baltimore, Buffalo, if that's at.
It'd be, the way it looks right now, it would be in Baltimore.
Okay. God, that's tough. See, Buffalo's defense has just been porous, but Baltimore's hasn't exactly been shut down. I picked Buffalo in that matchup.
I'd go Baltimore.
There you go.
So, but no, I think would be actually a lot of good football. And Ron saying the Tampa Dallas game, you might as well say goodbye to Brady because he's not making it out of the first round if they face Dallas in the first round.
Ron agrees with me.
That's okay. He's allowed. That's why we have opinions.
Yeah, your opinion's wrong. How about that?
That's okay. So before we go any further, if everyone is tuning in the chat, I'm going to display something. Where you go?
Hold on.
All right, I'm going to wait till Mike comes back in.
Just a few seconds. All right, I'm coming back.
Okay.
I had to do something that wasn't good for camera.
Gotcha.
Bang, I'm back.
Okay. Now that Mike's back, if you're tuning in, I had made a post earlier this week when I made the description for this. I'm going to give 3 code words. So 1, 2, 3, 1 word for every show that if you write them down, you have to match all 3 words in the same exact phrase I have pre-saved in order to be entered in for a giveaway. So,
and our giveaway is going to be the sport game of your choice, okay, for PC, Xbox, or PlayStation. Okay, that's the 3 things. So if you win and you say, well, I want the new Madden, I want the new, NHL, that's what we're going to be doing. The system is your choice. PC would probably be a digital code, I would think. They don't really make hard copies for stuff anymore, but that's going to be the giveaway. I think John agrees with me. What do you think, John?
Yeah, we can do that. That works.
Sports show. Well, you pick your sports, NHL, football, whatever whatever sport you want. You want cricket? We can get the cricket game. I see it.
So the first word is come. Not the one you're thinking of, Mike. Nice try. That's why I wanted.
Sorry, guys.
That's why I wanted to spell it out so people can see how to spell it properly. So I will leave that up for a second if anyone wants to write it down. Your first word is on the screen. You have to tune in tomorrow night and Friday night for the next two. Come on, let's just go back. I'm not saying it again, Prince.
There it is. There's my new name.
Come on, Mike, change that, please.
Oh, come on. I was just joking around, John. God. All right, everybody. I'm trying to be funny, but John's ruining it.
I know it sounded like I said I apologize, but that's not how I meant to say it.
All right. I'm getting a new name. Hold on.
Okay.
Ron, look. Ron, I became you, Ron. I want to be just like you, Ron. That's why I put this up here. But I'm a fraudster. I'm an imposter. The real Ron Testing is a lot cooler than I am.
All right, well, I'm going to get rid of this word now, so it's going to go with, okay, turn it off. So the word is gone now. Is delete it from existence. So if you want to end the giveaway, I hope you took the time to write it down. If not, you can go back and rewatch it if you have to. So there will be 2 additional words, one tomorrow night and one Friday night. So
it's too bad we couldn't. It's too bad we couldn't have made that, like, cut that out and then. Yeah, see that. I wish they couldn't do it on the rewatch, John. It's the only thing I was thinking about there.
Well, I see if there's a way I can edit it. I'll figure it out.
All right, it's a try. It's our first thing, so maybe a couple of bumps.
And then our next thing, I just made random sports information. I know Mike's not too happy about the first thing. First baseman from the Chicago White Sox, Jose Abreu, has agreed to a 3-year contract with the Houston Astros. There's a lot of people that don't like that move. A lot of people like it. So we'll see.
Bullshit.
Yeah,
Houston, because Houston, are you kidding me? I'm assuming he went there because they've won and they've been super competitive. But it's like they never skip a beat. And that's crazy to me that nobody else would have made a better offer. But like I said, you might have said, well, I'm going somewhere where I can, have a chance to win a world championship. I mean, I just don't like that. I mean, I don't know, I think another reason why you go to Houston, their fan base could barely sell out the World Series. So yeah. I barely, literally, they tickets going for like $20-$30 still at game time. I mean, it's ridiculous. I don't know what, other than that. So, but, my Yankees.
Tyler does have a point, though. Abreu is getting older in his career, so.
Tyler is right about that.
Does his production dip or does it improve going to a city like Houston? We shall see.
Yeah, Tyler is right. I'm just saying that I don't think, I've said enough. That's what I think. Also, the Yankees are waiting way too long for Judge when they need to wait for Judge, but they also need to start signing people. Just sitting there waiting for Judge to sign is ridiculous. You need to start making moves. Like you got to get rid of, Hicks and what's the other one? Donaldson. Those guys need to go. Yeah, Prince, I know. John was saying that's what he thinks too. I think he signs with the Yankees still. So I know there's a big history there in the Giants, so I have a little bit of worry, but I think it's about 70-30 that he stays with the Yankees.
Yeah. Then I just put a couple NHL things. The Devils had a 13-game winning streak.
Dude, there's no way he's going to Boston. What are you doing?
Tyler's nuts. He's losing his mind.
No, see, Ron, this is what I'm saying, right? They're like, if you read the article, and I read some articles today, they need to move on they need to leave the offer that they gave him, this offer that they gave him. Okay. But they need to start, like I just said, they need to start worrying about free agency other than him. They got a lot of, if you drop Hicks and you drop Donaldson, you save almost $34 million. And you just start spending that because they only have like, I think, $16 million left to spend if Judge signs for a $40 million a year deal. That only leaves them $16 million to do anything else with. You drop Hicks and then you have almost 50 again. So they need to start worrying about the rest of their free agency and not just sit on their hands while they wait for Judge.
That'd be interesting. This signing.
That would be interesting. The Blue Jays think they're better than they are. So that's my opinion on the Blue Jays.
But I just put a couple in the show news. They were heard chanting at the Wells Fargo Center the other night to fire Chuck Fletcher. Philly is done with Chuck Fletcher. They are ready to move on. So we'll see how that plays out.
Thanks, Ron. Just want to say thanks real quick.
And then the other big sporting event right now, I don't know if you watch soccer or not, you have the FIFA World Cup over in Qatar. So
Mike doesn't know soccer. I know the World Cup's going on, but I only watched one game, and that was the U.S. versus Wales, I believe.
Well, USA has to win tomorrow to advance into the group stage. That's all you can say. So,
give me your break. It's the only Canadian team I can cheer for. Curtis, I love you, buddy.
So
I love it.
All right. Well, I'm going to close that out. I hope everyone enjoyed my little slide presentation I made. I put a lot of work into it. Like Mike said, it was all about 2 minutes, but
there we go. Ron's confirming it.
Need win or tie. Yes, he is absolutely right.
If they can't handle Iran, then forget it. They're further behind than people realize.
I mean, if you guys don't mind, if you like my little slideshow, can I have a thumbs up? I would appreciate it.
Oh, Curtis, I'm glad you did. That was John's thing this week that he wanted to try. I love the slideshow. Helps us keep on point. Love it. So I'm sure John, soon our faces won't even be here. It'll just be John popping up.
It's going to be a robot.
Slideshows. Yeah, it's just going to be a giant slideshow. Tyler.
Man.
Tyler, great. That's awesome.
Ron's comments blank out. Get that.
Ron testing has nothing to say for once.
He's speechless. So the next thing.
Ron, give us a sign if you've been kidnapped, Ron.
Blink twice.
We'll come to you, rescue you.
So
I'm ex-special forces, of course, only on video games. So unfortunately, I doubt I'll be able to save you.
Rare.
What does Ron mean by rare?
I don't know. He's your friend. You should know him.
Oh, Ron, what is that rare? Rare what? Rare. Okay, get back to me, Ron.
But so you want me to introduce this next?
I love it, Ron. I love it.
He's a good sport about it. So
he is a good sport about it. All right, John, move us along.
All right. So the next thing that I think would be a cool segment for this show, since me and Mike like to debate about a lot of stuff. Yes, we agree on a lot, and we also disagree on a lot. I have come up with a battle idea. So I mean,
look how better looking I was before the fat.
No, shut up.
All right.
But
look, I look like a blowfish, John. Watch.
I'll give you a blowfish. But I made a quick little intro to basically. Well, I have nothing to say. Yes.
I'm sorry.
I made an intro that basically just depicts the battle between me and Mike, and then every week we're going to debate 5 questions. So with that being said,
I'm going to win the debate every time.
Here's the quick little intro I made. All right, now that you have that, the first question of the battle is this. Do all NFC teams, East teams, make the playoffs?
You could start, John.
I say no. I think the Patriots get eliminated. I mean, they're a good, young, up-and-coming team with Mac Jones, but I think the AFC is too deep of a conference, and I think the Patriots, out of the 4 teams, are the ones left out. I even have the Jets making it as a 7th seed.
Yeah, I don't agree with that at all, that all the AFC teams make the playoffs.
Okay. Who do you think gets left out?
Pull up the thing again. I'll tell you.
Okay, hold on.
Get that slide again.
Oh, there you go.
Okay. New England doesn't make it.
Well, they're on the outside looking in right now anyway, so.
Oh, I have to pick teams that are in the playoffs?
No, I'm just saying, like, the Patriots are already out. So if they were to make it, then you would have to take somebody out.
What do you mean? Oh, well, no, I don't think, I don't think New England makes it. You're saying that the other wait.
I said New England doesn't make it, but Miami, the Jets, and Buffalo all make the playoffs.
Yeah, but you said all AFC teams. You mean every single in this bracket? You mean?
No, AFC East.
Just the AFC East?
Just the AFC East, because right now they have the winningest record, like conference division wise, in the whole entire league.
Buffalo makes it. Is that what you mean? You want me to? This is new guys. Okay. New guys.
Yeah, Buffalo, Miami, the Jets, and the Patriots. Okay. Right now, all 4 teams have winning records.
Okay.
There's no other division besides the NFC East that have 4 teams with winning records.
Shut up, Curtis. I'm trying to figure out what John's asking here. So I say so. Your thing is no, they don't make all. They all don't make the playoffs.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Do you agree with that? Yes or no?
Actually, I do agree with that. Do all FC make the playoffs? No, they don't. They don't. Okay. Sorry, Curtis. Yeah, I'm trying to. This is new for me, and I'm a little bit thick. So just give me some time.
Now, the second question is now, do all the NFC East teams make the playoffs? Because right now, all 4 teams would qualify. You have Philly at 10-1, Dallas at 8-3, Giants 7-4, and Washington 7-5. So if the playoffs were to start today, all 4 NFC East teams would make it. Do you think they all make it? Yes or no?
Thanks, Curtis. Jets don't make it due to not deciding on a QB.
I mean, that's possible.
I think all NFC East teams will make the playoffs.
I don't.
Okay, here we go.
I think as well as they started the season, I think the Giants are starting to trend downwards. I think that you're going to see a team like Seattle maybe backdoor the way in, and the Giants with the recent skid, because granted, the Giants still have 3 games versus the NFC East left. They got Philly twice and they got Washington. So there's 3 division games right there out of your last 6.
Okay.
I don't think they win all those games.
No, but I still think they get in the playoffs.
It'd be close, but I have Seattle edging them out by a game.
Okay. Disagree with John.
I think Seattle backdoors their way into the playoffs.
No way. Geno Smith, no. Dallas makes it in.
All right. Now the next question. At this moment, if the season were to end today,
Jalen Hurts.
Who is the NFL MVP? Why?
Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts.
Why?
He's had a great season running and passing. I'd like to see his passing a little bit better, but he's proved that he's a leader, and he's making like in that shootout yesterday, he was making a lot of the right decisions. So and he's been doing that for basically 11 games. So yes, I think that So I'm going with Hurts.
I'm going to disagree with that. Even though Hurts is having a great year, I still think Patrick Mahomes right now is the league MVP.
No way. He's traded in the offseason to the Browns.
No, he's not. Nice try.
Yeah, Ron. Yeah, Ron agreeing with me. Yeah.
No, I Hurts is having a great year. Don't get me wrong, but I just don't think the writers want to give him the MVP.
I disagree. The writers have been nothing but pumping him up. So about being one of the best this year in improvement. I still think he does it. Could there be a catastrophe? I don't want to jinx him. I'm not going to mention the catastrophes. Could a catastrophe? Yeah, it could. But I still think Hurts gets it. Just like I believed back that Wentz should got it over Brady.
He's definitely in the discussion. I will say that. But
what's up, Gary?
I just think Mahomes is a little bit ahead of him. So just by a smidge. Gary, good evening. Thanks for popping in.
Well, are you talking about? Yes. Well, no. Mahomes is a proven starter and proven he can put up numbers. You know, that's fine. The thing is that Hurts it didn't really come out of nowhere. I mean, the Eagles were only picked to win, I think, 8 games this year. And he's proven he's taken it. It's his team now, and he's doing a phenomenal job. I think he only gets better from here on out. So I still think that he gets him. Mahomes is very, very talented, and I'd say he's you say a smidge. He's probably more than a smidge better than Hurts, but we'll see. We'll see.
Next question. This one,
Mike. Julie.
Hi, Julie. Thanks for tuning in. Doing good. Having a good show tonight. Hope all is well with you. Mike, the next question that we had
Here we
touched
go.
a little bit earlier. This one.
Here
Where
we
does
go.
Aaron Judge sign?
We really disagree here. Yeah, I believe that he still goes to the Yankees. I think it's going to be close to $40 million a year, and he probably signs for 8 years.
Uh, I have him going out west just because of the fact that he wants to be closer to family. I think he's the missing piece the Giants are looking for. I think he winds up in San Francisco.
That's a
I,
team he grew up loving. That's true. He's
I
from the
think
West Coast.
I think he gets about the same money from the Giants that he would get from the Yankees, but I think I wants that like head of the table type thing. But the New York, you'll always be in the shadows of greatness, like Roger Maris, Babe Ruth, Jeter. Like you always like be compared to them. Now, if you go to someone like San Francisco, you could be the face of that franchise for a very long time.
Well, first off, the San Fran is not the Dodgers, okay? And that out there out west, they're not. You're as for a big market team. I don't consider the Giants a big market team. I don't. Obviously, New York, the Dodgers, are much more obviously, you guys. I mean, you know what I'm talking about, right, John?
Yeah.
So the one thing that Aaron Judge has never ever he's been saying a lot is he'll go to the team that is going to pick up players around him to win a title. The Yankees sitting around on their hands isn't helping with that. They signed Rizzo, which is Aaron Judge's best friend on the Yankees. And they did re-sign him for 2 years with a third option on the third. That's a big part of it, but the Yankees haven't signed anybody since then. That was just a re-signing. We got to be looking at other people. We talked about it earlier. Ron agreed with me. I just think they need to do that. And I agree with Ron here. That would be a big difference for him on, yes, definitely.
So
what else we got here?
Ron had a good point too, right here.
Yeah, right. Ron had a good point. Is it the same impact if you take Hurts off? No, I think taking Hurts out is hugely impactful.
It is, but you also have a more qualified backup in Philly than Kansas City has right now.
You do. Taking Mahomes off the cheap, not having that Mahomes magic, yeah, that's going to hurt their team as well big time. And like John just pointed out, Eagles do have a better backup. So, if you want to go, I don't know, it's 50-50 on that.
So, and sorry to hear this, Julie. I hope everyone feels better soon. Her son was sick last week. Now she's saying everybody's sick. So it is going around. It sucks. I hope everyone gets better soon.
Wait, she said now that Chase is better.
Her son. Chase.
I did not know his name was Chase. I apologize.
Yes, Chase was sick last week, and now everybody else is sick.
I'm sorry to hear that.
So,
but I hope everybody gets well soon.
And then our fun little debate question of this is this: who has more rushing yards this coming Sunday, Jalen Hurts or Derrick Henry?
Jalen Hurts.
See, with the way our running defense has been, I'm gonna say I think Derrick Henry does. I think they both have over 100 yards, but I think Derrick Henry edges them maybe 175 to 160 in that range.
Yeah. John has his fingers crossed behind his back because he doesn't mean that at all. He doesn't mean, now he's going to act it, but he had his hand, trust me. He had his fingers crossed in the back because he knew he was lying.
Okay.
Hurts has been running ridiculously over the last 2 games, which is not good. You get injuries when you run around everything, but if Titans can get a pass rush or any type of thing, he's going to be running a lot. If they, he's going to be, I should say, if he had no pass rush, you're going to have him run for tons. But if you have a pass rush, he's going to have to be the one that saves the play. So I still think that.
Okay. The only reason I think Derrick Henry, because Jalen Hurts is going to be throwing too many touchdown passes to A.J. Brown to shove it in Tennessee's face.
He's definitely going to have a monster game. Smith needs to get involved more. They need to be targeting him more. Devontae Smith.
Yes, I completely agree.
You got to start passing to him more. He was the lead receiver on that team. And it's really not fair to him. I know he's best friends with Hurts and everything like that, but I'm sure I've never heard of anything coming out. So I think, Brown is probably good friends with him or getting to be good friends. But I think you need to target it more. He's not complaining in the media, which is good. If he has any doubts, I'm sure he's just doing it within team, which is a very classy move. But he needs to definitely get more targets.
Yeah. Ron saying 100 yards in a quarter. That's what Jalen Hurts did last night in the first quarter. He had 106 yards in the first quarter. So
another thing is we did upgrade our run defense, even though the last game didn't really. The first game with them was good. The second game, a little bit. What was I saying? Oh yeah. So hopefully with the North, John was talking North South. If he's more of an East West thing, I think we can stuff him. I mean, we have two guys that can definitely stop the running game. I think they can better than they did. But I think only he had 60 yards. The defense held him to.
Who's that? Dylan?
On the Packers.
AJ Dillon, 64 yards.
Right. So even though he was going east to west, they were still able to stop him pretty much. I think Derrick Henry, we hold him under 100 yards, not by much, but I don't think he gets 100 yards in Philly.
Okay. Well, my biggest thing is, I was trying to explain it to you last night in the message. Like, if your team's going to run east-west, it's one thing because your big, beefy guys are in the middle. Okay, they're there to clog the holes, like you said, the A gap. Okay, if you're going to have that, your edge rushers / outside linebackers have to set the edge. Make them come back inside. If you let them get outside, all these running backs nowadays have blow-away speed. They're going to get to the second level easy. So you have to learn to contain that run within the tackles, is my opinion.
You see, I don't know. I mean, Ron, you have more knowledge than I do. Brown is more of an established thing, so I'm sure he's a little better route runner. But Smith is, was awesome last year. I would have hoped that he improved on that. So that's what you're saying. I'll have to start watching more closely.
My biggest thing with AJ Brown right now, he's trying to do too much.
Yeah, you said that John said that in the message thing last night.
The last two games, he's trying to do too much after the catch that he's forgetting about ball security and starting to fumble the ball. You do not need that.
I mean, they were driving for a score, and then he freaking fumbles.
Yes. And then he's saying Sue's not a factor to the third quarter this week. Yeah, because the first half, I didn't see Dominic Sue at all. I think Joseph had a better game than Sue did last night.
The first game together, they had a combined sack, but then they did hardly anything the next game. Well, they did. They shot him. Stopped him enough.
Dylan not the lead back. See, now this is another good debate because yes, AJ Dillon is technically the backup running back in Green Bay, but Green Bay's been using Dillon more as that power back compared to someone like Aaron Jones, who they've been flanking out on the outside to do those little swing passes because he's a receiving back. So Green Bay has a good, solid 1-2 punch at running back. You have power and speed, which you need at the running back position.
Right. And Ron agrees with you on that. And this is funny, too.
The tallest midget last year.
That's funny.
My biggest thing with AJ Brown is just stop trying to do too much. Get your yards. Yes, I get it. But hold on to the damn ball.
Look what happened against the Commanders. Huge pass downfield. He gets up.
Well, no, that wasn't AJ Brown. That was Chris Watkins.
Yeah, that's true. Watkins, I know he didn't see the guy coming up behind him. So, I mean, there is that. But like John had said, he wished he had just laid on the ground and been touched.
Yeah.
Rather than get up and try to scramble around.
But that's the thing with these wide receivers nowadays. They're trying to do too much of the yak, they call it.
There's the Aaron Jones thing.
Yes, Aaron Jones is way better in open space. 100% agree. But the wide receivers nowadays just care about the yak, and that means YAC, and that's short for yards after catch. These players are trying to make a 2-yard catch and turn it upfield for 25, 30 yards. Now, someone like Chris Watkins, who is your deep threat, he can stretch the field and get deep. Was that an unfortunate play versus Washington? Absolutely. Do you see that often? No. Do you hope to see it in the future? No. But will it happen? Yes.
Yes, I agree.
So
just to put another reminder, everybody that's here now, just want to remind everybody, 3 key words that John's putting together for the next 3 broadcasts. If you have all 3, you get put into a drawing, and the winner of that drawing gets to pick any sports game for the PC, Xbox, PlayStation 4 or 5, whatever that game is, and we will send it to you. What are you talking about? Yeah. John has decided to put out the word again, which he said he wouldn't do.
I know.
But because people can rewatch it and find the word, we're just going to put that first word up again. I'm assuming that's John's logic. So, yeah, just remember that, guys. Any sports game, football, NHL, doesn't make a difference. Console doesn't make a difference.
Well, if you don't play a sports game, we can talk about what else that you do like, and we can make something happen also.
Sports game. Got to be a sports game, John.
Okay, that's fine.
Sports show.
Go for NASCAR. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, that too. Truck racing, whatever you want. They got cricket, I told you. Tennis, whatever. They got it. Even have bowling. But,
yeah, they do have a bowling game. I have played that
bowling.
before.
Hey,
bowling is actually one of the best sports games ever out there. Okay.
You like that bowling game?
You never played Wii Bowling?
No, I love Wii Bowling. I'm talking about the bowling game that's on the Xbox and that now.
I would have to look it up. I don't think
it was a mobile game that got transferred to the console, and this year it's doing pretty good ratings-wise, but I haven't played it. Yo, John, Ron, I was suggesting last week on Wednesday night that we should just play Wii Bowling and stop paying the lanes.
Yeah, what, $30 a week for you guys? Yeah, okay.
$30 a week, and we're bowling on the worst lanes ever.
PBA bowling. I mean, they're not the worst.
That's the name of it. Yeah, Ron's right. That is the name of the bowling game.
I mean, if you want to bowl on worse lanes than that, I'll take you to a place, Mike.
I've been to a bigger place than that.
No, I'm saying if you want to go to a worse place. The place I would take you to, you would think Westbrook is God.
What's that? What's lanes?
Thunderbird Lanes.
Heard of it, never been there.
I would take you one night.
I have never been to Laurel Lanes. I have been to Deffert, and I have been to Turnersville. Yeah, Deffert sucks. That's what I heard. I bowled the summer league over there. That I was not impressed with Deffert at all. And I heard it's disgusting over there. Even after Bolero bought it, it's still disgusting. So
well, then I guess me and you gotta have a date night, Mike, and you go different bowling alleys.
Definitely, that would be fun.
So
we'll broadcast live from each one.
There you go. That's an idea.
Yeah, I see Ron agrees with me. Yeah, I heard that. Oh wait, where's Ron's comment? Oh my God.
He said yes.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, you are. Yes, because Deffert, it sucks.
Like I said,
Oops, wait. Yeah, I don't know, but I heard it's absolutely disgusting over there. That's part of the reason why. Rob Frame and his wife and others came over to our league on Tuesday because of that.
Gotcha.
Being just disgusting.
He says it's dirty too.
Yeah, they don't care. They don't care. When it was individually owned, it's still. I was there before. I was still discussing before Bolero bought them. Turnersville always had an easy shot. I've heard Bolero has been a bad thing for them when they were owned by the Brunswick. It was a better. Because I've been there, it was clean and well run. So, but I haven't been there in a while.
Oh, I'm gonna pull something else up since we're talking about giveaways. Okay.
Yeah, John, you're right. I've never been there either. Americana.
Since we're doing another giveaway, if you want to look at the bottom, I made a banner for this one too. It's still in effect. If we hit 350 followers on our Facebook page by New Year's Day, I'm going to do another raffle for one $50 Amazon gift card as saying a thank you for supporting the page. So we're at 216 right now. I think we can make it to 350. So if you're in the show, rewatch the show, spread the word, get people in here. We always love our viewership. We appreciate everyone we have tuning in on a weekly basis. So.
Yes, we do. John is correct. We appreciate every single one of you.
And hopefully soon, I'm waiting for Mr. Russo to make an appearance.
I did not know this, Ron. Guys, sorry we're going over to our bowling over here in Jersey. I did not know that. I did not know that, Ron. I don't think I lived here when it was Americana. Unless it was, I moved here in 99, Ron, so I don't know. Was that still operating in the early 2000s? I don't know.
Americana. I don't remember definitely being that, but.
Americana bowling. That's funny. Okay. Sorry, back on topic.
Okay. No, all I was going to say is once I get Mr. Russo at my house again for a little bit, we're going to start diagramming a special project that we're going to do.
Yes, we are.
I'm hoping that will take off this show to the next level.
Okay. We're not going to mention it because it's going to be a huge surprise. Huge surprise, life-changing for this channel. Yeah. This basement show. No. Huge.
Something. Yeah. Big.
John from 3 for the win. Bang.
Yeah, right.
He hits it.
Yeah, okay, sure. We'll go with that.
Well, John, what's up? We covered a lot of what we already talked about. So
13-0 Pittsburgh over the Colts right now.
Because the Colts got lucky with their first 2 games, and now they're going to lose 2 games. Right? Now, it's 4th game, right? It's 2-1 right now, right? 2 wins, 1 loss.
Well, what, Jeff Saturday?
Yeah.
It's 1-1.
Oh, okay. I thought it was 2-1.
No, okay. Since you wanted to talk about the Colts real quick.
What the? Working for chicken.
I don't know what that is.
I don't know what that is, Ron. I went over my head. If I should already know, I'm sorry.
But okay. Speaking of the Indianapolis Colts real quick, since you want to talk about Jeff Saturday, do you make him full-time head coach next year or no?
No.
Who would you bring in for that coaching job then?
Oh, that I don't know. That I don't know. I don't know who's out there. I'd have to look, but there's a lot of probably good candidates that are better than Saturday. He has no experience, and I heard he's not calling anything.
No. And then, if you want to switch over to college for a minute, there was a very interesting job offer made, you can say. So I want to get your opinion on this. Okay. It's kind of funny. You're going to laugh, but it's a true story. Deion Sanders right now is the head coach down in Jackson State. It's a Division 1AA team. He's been undefeated all season. He won the championship last year. So he's actually doing really good as a head coach, okay? There was a report out, plus he actually came out and confirmed it today himself. He's been offered the head coaching job at the University of Colorado.
Who did?
Deion Sanders.
Okay.
That's a Pac-12 school, okay, from one of those Power 5 conferences. Now, someone like Deion Sanders, do you leave the powerhouse that you're building in Jackson State and make a leap to Division 1A, or do you stay in the smaller school?
I hate to say this, but I think his ego is big, and I think he leaves.
Okay. But do you see him having success in actual Division 1A college football?
Not right away.
Not with a team like Colorado.
Not with a team like Colorado. It's probably going to take him at least 3 years to have noticeable improvement at best. Yeah, Ron says moving on up too. Ron, I get it. I didn't know Brickin' for Chicken was about a promotion that the Sixers offered. So that's why I didn't get it. But thanks for filling it in. I know what Brickin' for Chicken is.
Well, they used to do the Frosty Freeze Out, so I guess they changed it this year.
Really?
Yeah.
Like I said, Ron, he's going to move on. I'm sorry. There might be. I just think his ego, and the reason why I say this is Deion Sanders always had ego. I think he's now going to want to prove he can do it, at a better, more established school. I want to say, or more of a winning culture school than the other school. He is building something great over there, but I think that the ego of wanting to prove something, he goes to
Colorado.
Colorado, thanks.
Now, but the question is though, would you jump on your first offer, or would you wait and see if another school next year comes to higher available?
I don't think any other program's going to offer him that right now. I think that's a gift from Colorado that they see something. So I think he takes that deal. I would take that deal right now.
I mean, it could be if it goes out there and it works out, he could reshape the Pac-12.
No, he could, but like I'm saying, he's not going to get offers from USC, UCLA, Tennessee, Penn State, Alabama. He's not going to get any of the. Well, some of them have a coach. Florida State doesn't make a difference. I don't think he gets a. I would take that deal. I just don't see it.
Like I said, just asking a question.
Thanks, Ron. I love when you agree with me.
I mean, it's definitely intriguing. Now, if you're a high school player and someone like Deion Sanders is going to a school like Colorado to be the head coach, and you're looking from out of state, now does Colorado jump up on your list that because you want to go play for someone like Deion Sanders, or like you said, does it take a couple years to rebuild that program?
It's definitely going to take at least 3 years, I believe, to show any results from that. And the Ron, I kind of agree with that.
Yeah.
But to add to that or to counter that a little bit, Deion Sanders' fans are our age, from when we watched. I think today's kids, I don't think they understand that what Deion Sanders was. They'd have to look it up and see what was going on. I don't think they have those, if you like them, feel good feelings or even negative feelings. I don't think today's kids know that. So that's what I'm saying.
But nowadays you can just hop on YouTube and watch someone's play highlights.
You can, but you have players like if somebody said Deion Sanders, let's go. Like our age, I'm just saying, if you're in your mid 40s, late 40s to 50, that's what I think. And John agrees with you, I guess.
Yeah.
What were you? Sorry if I cut you off. What were you saying?
Yeah, I was just saying, like, if you're a kid out of state looking at different schools, and someone like Deion Sanders gets hired at a school like Colorado, you maybe change your commitment ideas and jump over ship to play for someone like Deion.
Well, yeah, and then I didn't even think of this. So right now, the parents could have influence on that. Saying, do you know what Deion Sanders did back in the day? So and look what he's done with the smaller program. So yeah, I'm not saying that, but I still think that today's kids, they just know him by name. Deion Sanders. I don't think they know a lot about I don't know.
No.
His ins and out of his career, but I'm just saying.
Deion shows up at your house. There you go.
See, again, Ron, if Deion shows up at these kids' house, Deion, oh, yeah, I've heard a teeny bit about you or something like that. I don't think every football kid's going to be like, oh, Deion, I remember back. They don't remember back. They'll just know he's a name. Right. And then if they look him up and see some of the great things that he did accomplish, I just don't think today's kids have that. But if you're your parents and he comes to your door and the parents are like, you got to take this meeting or you got to talk to Colorado's head coach. Yeah, it's definitely a little bit of a swing, but that's my opinion on that.
All right. Now, another question. We're going to switch gears a little bit. It's not going to be about a player, okay? But it's going to be about a play-by-play announcer, okay? Now, I'm eager to see what Ron says about this one. And I want you dead honest, heartfelt feelings about it too. Can we all agree that they need to take Chris Collinsworth off the air?
Oh, yes.
I cannot effing stand him. He is so biased, particularly he's a hypocrite. NBC, if you ever watch any of my shows, especially this one, please get rid of Chris Collinsworth. I will donate any type of money I can to get him removed from the air. He absolutely hates Philadelphia with a passion.
Oh, he does. And all you have to do if you want to see how biased Collinsworth is, watch the 2017 Super Bowl.
Yes.
Okay? Because when they get the ball back, the Patriots on the last drive, which was a Hail Mary, he's like, well, with 5 seconds left, and this was before he threw it. Oh, with 5 seconds left, you never know what's going to happen. Really? That's what any quarterback, 5 seconds, and they throw it deep. Yeah, that's any quarterback, Collinsworth. It's not because Brady throws a Hail Mary better than anybody else. It's ridiculous. You just put it up. So.
I had to mute my TV last night at some points because I just can't stand him.
Oh, yeah, Ron, I was just saying this earlier before you got on. Tom Brady, he absolutely, I don't want to say, he sucks his D basically when he's on TV. He absolutely loves it.
Rodgers the same way, and the Cowboys as a whole.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, Hurts plays well, and I'm just going to, not this last game because I didn't listen to the commentary, but Collinsworth, honestly, that's all he talks about. You can be up 21-0, and he's still talking about the other quarterback's going to come back in a minute.
Yeah.
What? I don't know. He could say something if you have 2 quarters left. Yeah, a lot of time left. But Collinsworth is horrible. Matter of fact, in the 2017 Super Bowl, every call that went the Eagles' way, he was like, oh, I don't know about that. Oh, I don't know. Give me a break, dude.
No, it's horrid to listen to him.
Hug up John's thing again. Horrible. He's horrible. Loves those old school. Loves those quarterbacks have been in the league a decade plus.
If you ask me, he's just jealous because he was never good as a player.
No, he wasn't. Collinsworth never was. So I don't know. He's a
He had
never.
the one good year with Cincinnati. He was the tight end. They made it to the Super Bowl, and then they got their butts kicked by the 49ers.
Yeah,
He was a leading receiver for the Cincinnati Bengals that game. He had like maybe 5 catches for 60-something yards.
Yeah, dude, where's everybody on the channel, man? Everybody's commenting. Ron gets here and everybody just listens. It's like they just want to listen to Ron. That's why.
Well,
they don't want to comment.
If they want to listen to Ron, he will be joining us next week.
Ron.
I get to untie him and let him out of the closet.
I don't know about that, Ron. Did Collinsworth make Pro Bowls?
I can tell you 1 second. I will look that up.
John is going to look that up. I didn't think he did. But I was told his career wasn't impactful before John said it. Because there's a lot of people that don't like Collinsworth.
Let's see. Hold on. I'm going to pull up his Wikipedia.
John says yes, he's 100% sure that he got at least one.
Right. Hold on. Wow, he's a 3-time Pro Bowler.
What?
1981 to 1983.
You got to be kidding me.
Well, here's his career stats for the NFL. 417 career receptions, 6,698 total yards, 16.1 yards per reception average, and 36 receiving touchdowns.
I don't know. I don't agree with. I'd have to watch what he did and all that other shit.
Here you go. He was the 2nd-round pick by the Bengals in the 1981 draft. Spent his entire 8-year career with the Bengals. Collinsworth was the team's leading receiver and set franchise record receptions by a rookie 67. And he surpassed 1,000 yards 4 times in his career. 1981, 83, 85, and 86. Was named to the Pro Bowl in 81, 82, and 83.
Okay.
Okay, so I was wrong about the Super Bowl. Collinsworth caught 5 passes for 107 yards versus the Niners, but had in a second quarter fumble. He fumbled the ball in the second quarter, recovered by Eric Wright. The fumble would be immediately followed by a 92-yard 49ers touchdown drive, and San Francisco won 26-21. Interesting. And he returned to the Bengals and played the 1988 season, catching 3 passes for 40 yards in the Super Bowl. So, pretty solid, I guess.
Dude, he's whatever.
But like Ron's saying right here is what I also just read. He was 6'5", so he was pretty much a mismatch versus different cornerbacks. So Ron's right when he says that. I don't know, Mike, what else you want to talk about?
I don't know, man. That's about it for me. I don't know if you guys know, but I think it's Ramirez that's ending his career. This is his last season.
Ramirez.
I got to double check that.
For what, baseball?
Yeah, for baseball. I think it's him. I'm checking right now. I'm pretty sure that's what it was.
Well, a couple of people just walked away from
I'm sorry. It's Miguel Cabrera has announced this upcoming season is his last.
Well, at this point, I don't blame him. He's a future Hall of Famer for sure.
Oh, definitely. And John wrote that, or Ron, he was the tall receiver before it was the standard. Yeah, Collinsworth.
Like I said, Collinsworth was 6'5", so that's pretty big for a tight end. If you want to talk about tight ends real quick before we end the show, did you hear the slight small rumor?
I hear what?
Did you hear about the tiny rumor going around?
What's that?
Apparently, Eagles players have reached out to a certain somebody about how he would feel about joining them for the playoff run.
Gronkowski.
Yes. What do you think about it?
Not if Goddard's healthy. I don't. He's not going to come out of retirement. He already said he wouldn't for Brady, and you could see the difference with him not there with Brady over the first 2 years. I mean, I think he still had 500 or some yards last year, so I don't think he signs. No, not at all.
I don't think we need him. I mean, it would be an upgrade to what we have, but if Goddard comes back, you really don't need someone like Gronkowski.
No, you don't.
So,
And Gary has a point. I don't know much about hockey, Gary. I kind of follow everyone else's lead. John, where's the banner? Where's my banner?
banner for what?
John's going to put up the banner about hockey for me.
What the thing I made?
Yeah, there we go.
Well, just Devils had a 13-game winning streak snap, but haven't won.
Oh, where's my ticker?
Oh, I think I deleted it.
Come on. John deleted it.
I might. Did I? I did. Yep, I did. I'll make
All
it
right.
for you. I'll make it for you real quick. Hold on.
So you're right, Ron, too. Yeah, Gronkowski walked away from guaranteed money from the WWE, World Wrestling Entertainment. He walked away from a $2 million contract where he didn't have to do anything physical to join Brady again. And I thought that was a mistake then, but he helped him win a title again. Last year, he still put up 500 some yards, I believe. But then he said, I doesn't make it over to Brady rings his phone. He's not coming out. So, and like you said, Ron, he has other projects beyond wrestling. So, and bad chemistry, you definitely. Yes. There you go. It's not the same thing, but John's got it there. Why wasn't it a rolling ticker? That's the one I like.
Oh, you like the one at the bottom? Okay,
Yeah, at the bottom. It's awesome. Before we talk about hockey, John's going to get something up that was funny last time.
Like
there we go. There we go. Turning hockey over to everybody else.
I mean,
Yeah.
there's not much.
I don't know.
I
don't have enough knowledge to talk about hockey. I'm sorry, guys. It's a topic that we should probably do. The show should probably do a lot more research on before each show, because we are leaving out those fans of hockey and even a few other sports. We don't talk much about college.
We have Curtis jumping here and talk about his Canadians. He's been in and out.
No, but we don't do a lot with college. We'll definitely got to get into more of the hockey and more of the NCAA sports. We should have even more knowledge about the World Cup, which we don't have. We didn't do. So
you're going to prep this week, because next week's going to be a big one for college football, because you're going to have the playoffs revealed.
That's true.
So I want to talk about that next week for sure, is the college football playoffs.
The only thing I would say about the college playoffs is I did not see Michigan stomping all over Ohio State. I didn't see that coming. I thought Ohio State would win that game.
I would too, but based off the highlights, Michigan just ran it down their throat, and Michigan is a much more balanced team than Ohio State is.
I'm a Penn State fan, so
I am too. You know that.
Yes, they're not going to be in their run. No way Alabama gets put into the playoffs. So they do, something's fixed.
The scary part is Bama could backdoor their ways in.
Yeah, they need a lot of people to lose.
They need a lot of help, yes.
No way. I'm sick of seeing Alabama in the playoffs. That's another program where I love it. I love how their head coach, I love how he bitches about other teams, but then his team does the same thing. I mean, seriously. He does the same thing. He's over there bitching about NIL. NIL stands for what is that? Names and likenesses.
Something like that.
It's NIL, I think. Names. No, the I stands for something, and then it's stuff image. That's what it is. He talks about that being a tool for every other program, and that he doesn't, this shouldn't be a thing. Instead, right? You don't think he's not going to? You honestly think that his players are not going to take advantage of that? Are you kidding me? There is no way, especially since Alabama, they have a huge fan base. Feel like Alabama because of him, because of the coach able to make a winning thing. Yeah, that's great. But I guarantee you that they're not doing it as squeaky clean as you think.
No,
they just aren't. They just aren't. The recruiting is going to eventually come up somewhere where they did something with that guy. Don't tell me they're not going to use the name, image, and license. They're not going to likeness. They're going to do that on his team because so I don't know what the hell he's talking about, but other coaches. It's always against coaches that used to be his coaches because they beat him and then he's got to make excuses. I'm sick and tired of that crap.
No,
he does the same thing every other coach does. And I guarantee you on his recruiting visits, he always says, look, we have a winning program. We're in the playoffs every year.
Yeah.
That gets you on TV. So I see why some players would be influenced by that.
It's possible. But my biggest question is, say Nick Saban walks away tomorrow. Is Alabama the same team with or without him?
No. Maybe not right away, but no.
I don't think so. I think the reason players go there is because someone like Nick Saban. You take Nick Saban out of that program, and I think it's a much different school. And if you ask me, because if they're looking at guys with nose and financials, they might. Yeah, booster activity is another very big thing in college football that not a lot of headlines get caught about. Like these secret funds that these players are getting that they're not supposed to be getting through boosters.
Right. So when this was passed, the only reason why I wanted this to pass is so they can make a college football game again. Okay. NCAA football, because I love that series. But yeah, it's those, I think, open up even bigger holes for boosters and outside money to come from.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, they are. And you're telling me that in Alabama players aren't going to take advantage of that, or he's not going to let them take advantage of it? That's not going to happen. Yeah. So it's just because they're visible. They get more TV time than any other program. And if you want to be on TV, and yes, it's easier to have your nil if you're on a team that's winning on TV and you're a decent player. I'm just saying that I think the nils open up.
College football as a whole can be portrayed as fixed because look at how much coverage the SEC gets compared to other conferences in college football.
No, I agree. And Ron says, but now it's partly legal. It is. That's what I just said, Ron. I said, now you have a bigger hole for there to be corruption boosters, huge hole. So, yeah, we agree together. We agree. Yeah, that's what it does. It opens it up to even further stuff. But I'm glad you agree, Ron. That's just what I'm saying about it. I mean, some people would disagree, but that's I'm sorry, that's why. And I just can't see clay squeaky clean. Yeah, okay, whatever.
But is it just Alabama though, or is it the whole SEC? Because there's schools getting publicized when they're losing.
Well, yeah. Well, the nil thing is going to be a very big recruiting tool at bigger schools. I mean, I'm sorry, not at bigger schools, at lesser schools, because they're going to say, well, look, if you come here, your nil opportunities are going to be even better. Okay, you see what I'm saying? Yeah. If you mean like everybody's recruiting, Ron, yes, I agree, but I agree with basically all of it. But the big thing is going to be, they could say, well, we're on TV all the time, like I said with Alabama, so your nils here are going to be great. He claims he's never going to do that, but you can't ban players from it, so I don't know what Saban's talking about. And smaller schools or schools, it's true, Ron, it's more than just football programs. I'm just talking about the football aspect of it. I'm just saying smaller schools can now say, look, in this community, our boosters are very active. You can now use that as a recruiting tool where before it was illegal. So you're right. It's partly legal now. It's just, I don't know. And Ron's right. It's across other sports. And name, image, and licensings for every sport. So it's not just football. He's right. Basketball programs. Yeah. Every program, tennis. Yeah. Everything.
The biggest thing I see though, is like you have a lot of these high name players finding somewhere to get that 5th-year eligibility, and they're leaving their school and going to another school for that 1 year because of that whole nil program and like getting the money aspect of it.
Yeah, don't like the transfer protocol. The new transfer protocols. They're horrible.
Like Michigan just announced today that their starting quarterback Jake McElmiller entered the transfer portal already for next season.
See that what? I mean, that's all I would say about what. Transfer protocol used to be for super rare situations, and now it's like, man, you can do what you want. So you're basically a free agent after every year.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
Well,
come on.
look at USC and Lincoln Riley this past year. He had 67 players coming for transfer
Right.
just to play for it.
No, you're right, John.
It's absolutely insane. Like, what happened to grind it out, recruit it out? You get the best players. They're there for 2, 3, 4 years. Then they move on and you regroup. Now you're building these super teams in college football because people just want to go to big name schools.
Yeah, players only good players. I mean, really good players only come back for an additional year if that year they're not projected to be a huge draft pick. Like they may be like, oh, he's a 10, 15 first rounder. Well, playing another year can push you up to being a first, second, third rounder, and you bet on yourself. That's the only time I see people that stay 3 and 4 years. It's simply to build their draft up.
Okay. But see,
and the other reason the guys play for it because they're never going to go to the pros.
Okay,
another reason.
You're right about that. I agree with you, but take a step back for a second. Sometimes that high-end draft pick goes back to school thinking that he can improve his draft status, and now he got hurt.
Which happened to Tua.
Yeah, and now you're losing that money instead of getting that money you were going to get.
That's why I said, John, they bet on themselves. If they have a horrible year, get injured, they're done.
Yeah, because Penn State's offensive lineman just announced it today. He's like a shoe-in lock top 10 pick.
He's coming back.
He's one of the best offensive linemen in the college game, and now he decided to come back.
I was surprised that he wanted to come back. He was projected to go high, so I am really shocked. But if he thinks Penn State next year's got a chance or something, he sees something, or just wants to, like I said, have another year of college, just to have the experience, stay in college, just to, degree, closer to a degree and all that. There's, like I said, there's factors, but usually, that's what I say. And Ron wrote, let's see here.
Yeah, there it was.
And transfers to that school they play. They can't transfer in mid-season, Ron.
No,
is that what you mean?
No, I know what you're saying, though.
I don't know. Is that okay? Well, I didn't. What's with announcing? Oh, Ron, do you mean announcing as in people that announce that they're going to one school and then pull out of that to go to another school?
Yeah, decommit.
Decommit, is that what you're talking about? Or am I off base there, Ron? I don't know. Some new people. Yeah, we're back up to 5 people. We were down to 3. We're back to 5. Thanks for coming back. Yeah,
feel free.
We appreciate it.
Feel free to say hi. Let us know you're in here.
Always say hi. Give us a heart or a thumbs up, a love or a heart up there. We got 7. It's 1 more than we had last week, which is great.
Yeah.
So we appreciate those as well.
Yeah, they say that you're going to. Yeah.
Early, but wait. Do you mean that they then plan their recruiting around that, Ron?
Yeah, that's exactly what he's saying.
Okay, I see what he's saying. If that's what you're saying, Ron, yeah, that is a problem.
But someone like McElmore, I don't understand why
Yes.
you would, because Michigan's still a top school next year, no matter what.
Right, Ron. Yeah, you were right. John said I finally got it. So thanks, Ron. You know me, Ron. Things go whatever.
We found that out last week.
We did.
But no, and then next year you're going to start having the expanded playoff field, so it's going to make it even more interesting.
Oh, definitely.
But college football,
they're not expanding. Is it next year?
Next year or the year after? I know it's coming soon.
Yeah, he says he won't leave. I know he says it on that. He won't leave. He's happy. This is his dream job. He's going to stay there forever. But you're right, Ron. He could easily go back to the pros.
Or
he's already at a high-profile school, so I don't know.
Now, there's one school that I mean, would be a dicey one to see him leave for, but there is a school that just became available.
Clue me in.
The Stanford Cardinal.
That's right. Their longtime coach did retire.
So Harbaugh played at Stanford, if I'm not. No, he played at Michigan. But someone like Harbaugh can go out west, rebuild a team like Stanford. Now that Pac-12 gets even bigger.
Yeah, I remember when Stanford was dominant, by the way. So they were a great conference they were a great power team for a few years. They were always in the mix.
Mm-hmm.
Money talks or announcing job.
I mean, I could see him going to the broadcast booth too. You never know.
It's true.
Look at Urban Meyer sucking up all that money from Fox right now to be a pregame analyst for Fox on the Big Ten. Big Ten.
He's fine. I mean, I have no problems when I watch his stuff. So.
Well, I'm just saying that, like someone.
No,
who,
I'm just saying.
Yeah, all I'm saying is someone who ran himself out of a coaching job down in Jacksonville just to get back into the college game. Nick Saban was the same way. Left LSU for the Miami Dolphins for the 1 year, but then jumped back to college.
Right. Oh, yeah, definitely. So, no, it's right. Ron just said, like, I'll put it up again.
Yeah, my God. Because a lot of these big name sports are getting brand new TV contracts. So these networks are trying to recruit top end people to get those ratings.
Oh, they wanted Peyton Manning. Oh my God, they offered him ridiculous money, and he's been hesitant to be. I mean, I know he has a show now, but he's been hesitant to be on the big ESPN, ABC, CBS, all that Fox. He's been. They haven't been able to lure him over there.
Yeah. Well, look
they've offered him huge money.
Look at Drew Brees. Left the game of football. Had a job with NBC. They gave him a boatload of money. Did 1 year, then backed out.
Yeah, but Brees didn't look good on there. He was awkward. He never seemed comfortable. I've watched it. He never felt comfortable on that show. And he wasn't great at it either, John. Just let you know, he wasn't that great at it.
Okay. Well, then how do you feel? Me personally, I'm still up in the air about Amazon Prime. They now broadcast Thursday night NFL games, as you know.
Yeah, I don't know how Amazon got that licensing.
Yes, a lot of money. But the pregame show has Ryan Fitzpatrick, Andrew Whitworth, Richard Sherman, Larry Fitzgerald, like Tony Gonzalez is on there. Like it's like an all-star Pro Bowl.
Are they good? Team. Are they good, John?
They're decent. I was going to say what you thought about if you watched them yet.
I haven't watched Prime football yet. Who used to do the game?
It used to be NFL Network.
Oh, okay.
And then they sold it to Prime. It was like a 10-year, $250 million deal or something.
Wow. Okay.
But then that's the same thing with Joe Buck and Troy Aikman. They left Fox. They joined ESPN for a boatload of money.
They did leave for a lot of money. And by the way, those guys are the last few years, they're starting to grate on my nerves. Get on my nerves and grate on my nerves. I've never liked
Joe Buck.
Joe Buck is a waste. And Aikman, at first I liked that team. Nope. No. I could listen to Summerall and Madden all day long.
Oh, absolutely.
Over these crews.
Even John Madden, Al Michaels was better. And even Al Michaels has even lost a step. So,
needed instant credibility.
But he's just saying that for Prime and also broadcasting team.
Yeah, but is that an NFL contract?
Yeah, they signed a deal with the NFL to host Thursday Night Football, yes.
Which was part of a separate deal at one point?
Yep.
And now it's another. Yes, I agree.
And speaking of, if you want to pull that back up for a second, Mike.
Oh.
What was even more awesome about John Madden? They brought back his tradition. I don't know if you watched many of
the turducken.
The turducken.
The turducken. Yeah.
That was absolutely awesome.
I love the turducken. It was the greatest. Madden had some of the greatest phrases ever.
Yeah. Even though
he did like Aaron Rodgers. I mean, he did like Brett Favre an awful lot more than any other person in the league.
Not the gunslinger.
No, he did. If you ever watch his old stuff, if they're playing, even if they're not playing, if someone's upcoming, he goes on and on about Brett Favre. He used to do that. Comedians do that.
Yeah.
About the thing, because he just for some reason just loved Brett Favre.
But I don't know if you watched any of the post game on Thursday with the Patriots and the Vikings. It was Adam Thielen, Kirk Cousins, and Justin Jefferson were all presented with the turkey leg. Well, before they started the segment, Patrick Peterson ran on the set, grabbed one, and ran off with it.
Really?
I thought it was the funniest thing.
That is funny.
And then you have Adam Thielen, while doing an interview trying to eat it, he said it's awfully dry. They called him spitting down on camera. Yeah, that is another good point because Madden always covered Green Bay.
That is true. Ron's got a point.
It was either Green Bay or Dallas.
Yeah, it's true. I don't know. How come Detroit? Is it Detroit and Dallas that are locked in for football or Thanksgiving?
Yes, and that annoys the hell out of my dad.
Yeah, and what's those are the two teams that are always a lock to get. I don't know why that doesn't change.
Because the networks are, I don't have an answer for that. I don't know what to say about that.
Ron, is that a joke or is that serious?
No, he's being dead serious.
Madden made the thing that was presented at Thanksgiving?
Yep, on the bus every year.
He did it?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. Never knew that, guys. Nice fact I learned.
Yeah. And then if you watch one broadcaster one year, he actually cut it with his hand on live TV.
Really? See, I don't know how I missed all this.
That
Used to watch a lot more football back then.
used to be good.
I try. The only time I watched full games is with you, but the two I would have, if I hadn't gotten sick, it'd have been a third game. I would have been out. You would have thrown me out of the house.
Did I kick you out the first game? No.
Oh, but the third game, this game would have been absolutely worse.
Yeah, but you're 1-1, so I would have kept you here to see what side you go on. If you
John keeps me from being negative Nancy when I'm with him.
Yeah, because it's my house. I get to be negative Nancy, okay?
Yeah.
And if you want to be that way, I'm off the next 2 Sundays, so bring your ass on over.
All right, that's fair.
We'll set up, if it's nice weather out, we'll set a TV up outside. We'll do a broadcast and watch the game outside.
You should have off the weekend every time.
I wish. Actually, I don't wish, because Sunday is a good money day for me.
Oh, okay. Time and a half?
Time and a half, yes.
For all hours that you work there?
Yep, every Sunday.
Do you get a shift differential for working nights?
Nowadays they do. Back when I did it, they didn't.
Okay.
They get $1.50 extra.
Yeah, my wife gets that extra because she's a third shift supervisor. She gets that third shift from Wawa.
But when I worked overnight, they didn't have that. So.
But you get it on Sunday. You get it for every hour now, right? So it doesn't make a difference.
Every Sunday I get time and a half, no matter what.
Well, they're not open 24 hours. I get that, but if you're in the evening, and you have to close the store. Do you get time and you get the bonus? Okay.
Only if you work overnight.
Yeah, overnights they still have it, right?
Yeah.
There it is.
We were actually talking about going to this game up in MetLife December 11th. We all took the day off, but tickets are through the roof. So unless the Giants keep losing, that probably won't happen.
That's true. That game would be big. I'm surprised that would. Well, it's because it's so close to the Eagles. There's only 2 hours apart or whatever.
Yeah, me, Gary, and our buddy Timmy drove up for the Jets game last year.
Yeah, I saw that was one of your stadiums that you knocked off. And this time you visited what's it? JFK? That's not called JFK.
RFK.
RFK. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Where's the Giants Eagles game? Is like you just said, it's up at the Giants.
Yes, that one is up in MetLife, and then they play in Philly the last game of the season.
So next week's the Giants.
No, next week's the Titans, then the following week's the Giants.
Titans we're at home for, right?
Yes.
Is that our last home game? Oh no, we have a Giants home game.
We have a Giants and a Saints game.
So we have 3 left.
Yep.
No, 2 left.
We have home game wise, we have 3. Titans, Saints, Giants.
Okay, cool.
And then we have Giants, Chicago, Dallas on the road.
And we're 2 games up on everybody, right? Division wise?
Yes. That is very possible also, Ron. Ryan makes a very good point. Up to week 18, the NFL can flex games. So I wouldn't be surprised if they do put the Eagles in prime time that night, which is the Giants.
Gary. Look what Gary said. It's funny.
Yeah.
OBJ. I love it. You guys realize he was taken off a plane, right? The other day
Yeah.
for drugs, alcohol, or something, like he's passed out. I'm so confused by that.
I've heard mixed things. I don't want to talk about it until I actually read the full story. I heard he was just not feeling well. So
I'm still here.
I was like, where'd he go? He left me again.
Bro,
Mike doesn't like the show, ladies and gentlemen. He's officially retired.
love the show.
You okay?
Yeah, I had to like massage the face a little bit.
And I was upset that you weren't feeling well last night. I don't know if you saw my text or not. I looked at 6 o'clock just for a laugh. I could have got 2 tickets last night for $150.
Why don't you go then? Sit out in the rain.
That's exactly why I didn't go.
I know, because you told me.
Oops,
Ron's right. That probably was over. I only told you what I read. I could have easily have been. I haven't seen the counterpoints, but I'm sure it could have just been that.
That's why I didn't want to comment on it until I actually sat down and read the story. And
well, he could have been. He could have taken something for motion sickness, which it can make you drowsy. And if he took a sleeping pill because he wants to relax, either afraid of flying or something like that, so he can relax on the flight, I don't have a problem with that. I mean, falling asleep, the seatbelt thing, I get it. I wish he just connected. I mean, that's the whole reason why it started, but you're right.
People just want to get aroused out of these pro athletes sometimes.
Yeah, they do. So does the media.
Yes, absolutely.
Like if I was the pool reporter going back to Belichick, if I was a pool reporter there, I wouldn't let him boss me around at all. I'm like, oh, so you can't answer that simple question because what? And then he'll yell at me. I'd be like, oh, that's not really an answer, idiot. Someone just has to give it back to him. I don't know why people get bullied in the media about him. He's a piece of garbage. He's always been a piece of garbage to the media.
Now, you think
he's a cheater? He's also a cheater. So,
all right. But say he goes meets with these teams, they find out he's healthy. Where do you think he winds up for the rest of the year?
Who?
So OBJ, if he signs with the team, where does he go?
He's going to Buffalo.
Think so?
I mean, they say Dallas has a big advantage, whatever, but I don't think he goes back to the Giants, the team. I know it's all new management and coaching now, but I don't think he goes back to the Giants. Buffalo is where that's where he would go. I would guess. Ron's saying Dallas because there is a lot of hype for that, but I still think he ends up in Buffalo.
I mean, if he can take a very team-friendly deal as a sleeper pick, watch out for Kansas City.
Ooh. Adding him to that potent lineup would be wow. If he's back 100% from his ACL.
Even if he's not, if you can get someone like OBJ for, say, $1 million for the rest of the year, think about it. Scantlin, Juju Smith-Schuster, OBJ, Travis Kelce, Nikhil Hardman, Isaiah Pacheco. How are you stopping that offense?
People said about our offense, John.
Okay, but I'm just saying though, like I don't see as much as people in Philly want to see him come to Philly. I don't want him. You bring someone like him to Philly, you're asking for trouble.
Rob makes a good point here.
Mackenzie Diggs and don't forget Gabe Davis.
He is true. I still think he goes to Buffalo, but I see I see the logic though, Ron. I do see your logic. Dallas has been pushing him hard. I think he signs for more than $1 million too.
I mean, if you can get more than $1 million and only play 5 games, more power to you.
I think they're going to give him $3 to $5 million. I think they're going to give him $1 million a game. I think they're going to give him about $1 million a game. That's my opinion.
Well, I told you what Dominic Casu signed for in Philly last week.
See, I agree. I think John does too. He's not going to be your 1 or 2 option. So yeah, I definitely see that.
Okay. Going back to Ron's point, say he signs with Dallas, okay? You put OBJ in the slot with those other 2 wide receivers. Uh-oh. You got CeeDee Lamb, who's starting to have a breakout season. Michael Gallup is now 100% from his ACL. And then you add someone like OBJ in the slot. Oh, is that going to be scary? Plus, now you have an emerging tight end in Dalton Schultz who's playing great. And then you have a two-headed monster at running back and Zeke Elliott and Tony Pollard. Dallas would scare me if they
Dude, Elliott's taking a giant step backwards. I don't want to hear about him anymore.
No, not. I would agree with you, yes, but as of late, now that they're mixing Tony Pollard into the mix more, Zeke is actually looking healthier than ever.
True. If you can rest him more during the game, that's a plus. Definitely a plus. I see that. Dallas will be more deadly, but Buffalo.
So we got Dallas, Buffalo, and I'm putting a sweeper, and I'm saying Kansas City.
See, Ron says too. I'm assuming he means this about Dallas.
We'll see.
Too little, too late. No, I think that's what Ron means. It's about the Giants.
Maybe.
Or I mean, about going to Dallas.
But you want some good news? The Sixers won tonight, 104-101.
Yeah, and Embiid's back.
30 points, 8 boards, and 7 assists.
Thanks, Ron. I'm glad I got it.
You hear me?
What?
Embiid had 30 points, 8 rebounds, and 7 assists.
There you go. I mean, it was fine to rest another game. They were playing Orlando. You could beat Orlando with backups. So.
No, they play Atlanta.
You know, when is Harden coming back? Good Lord. He's been out for the season. Is he ever coming back this year?
Probably a couple weeks. Yeah, that spring plantar split.
Is that what he has?
Yeah, 16-3. Pittsburgh over Indianapolis just started the second half.
Probably Pittsburgh's going to win that game now. They've held them to 3 points. See, Pittsburgh still has a pretty good defense, especially when TJ Watt's out there.
Yeah, but especially when TJ Watt's back out there.
Yeah, he is just a monster. Just like his brother was. Just like his brother was. I mean, is his brother still good? Yeah, he's all right, but he's not what he wants. He's far from what he once was. Too many injuries. First 5 years, he had no injuries.
True.
Watt's the older one.
Well, it looks like Pittsburgh is like running all over them. They got 116 yards rushing as a team already.
Wow.
So
I see. Thanks, Ron. So yeah, that's okay. So that's a bad injury for a basketball player. What Harden has. Okay.
Yes.
Got it.
Harden will be back. Maxey will be back.
When's Maxey coming back?
Probably a week or two, I think. Unless he's back now. Let me look at the box score. Tell you who showed up tonight. Hold on.
All right.
Then we can wrap this up if you want.
Yeah, we're almost at 2 hours.
We're doing good. There is a rumor out there, though, that the Sixers had talks with the Atlanta Hawks about John Collins. So
that's interesting.
Let's see. Embiid had 30. Tobias had 24. Shake Milton had 21. And then DeAndre Milton had 9. Nang had 9. So.
Oh, it's a balanced attack.
Yeah. The one I get it, he signed up for his defense, but was PJ Tucker really worth $10 million? He hasn't done nothing.
Yeah, he's overpaid. Overpaid.
He's only averaging 3.6 points a game.
Yeah, it's horrible numbers for what he's getting paid.
Yeah, he's getting what, 10 million, like 30 million guaranteed.
One thing I do want to address, kind of a comical thing. When you score, okay, you're the away team, you score and you do this, right? The thing, right? No, you don't do that to the end of the game and you win. Okay, that's when you do this. Not after every touchdown you score. Okay, yeah, did the crowd go down a little bit? It does. Green Bay kept doing this all night on, who won? Yeah, that'd be that. It always backfires, that whole, you know what I mean? No, it's when at the end of the game, or you make a play at the end of the game to win, then that you can do that. That's fine. But dude, in the first quarter, if you're scoring a touchdown, this is ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Yeah. Absolutely. Will it stop anybody? No, but it's absolutely ridiculous. Ridiculous.
On a side note, the Washington Wizards put up 142 points tonight. Oh my God.
Whoa, against who?
Minnesota Timberwolves.
That's wow.
Kristaps Porzingis, Mike knows him very well. 41 points tonight.
I do, because the Knicks were supposed to build a team around him and he took off.
Yep.
And I don't blame him. The Knicks upper management is horrible. Absolutely worst organization. And the Knicks are now going to be 2 years away from making the playoffs. They're They made some signings, but they're even being investigated for one of their guys he didn't sign, I believe. It's horrible. My Knicks are horrible. There is no process.
Boston put up 140 in the night versus the Charlotte Hornets too.
That doesn't surprise me. The Hornets, they're an okay team, but they're not gonna. They might sneak in the playoffs, but they're not. They need more pieces.
Yeah. And as much as people hate him, I actually really like Marcus Smart.
I don't like Marcus Smart for one reason. He likes to flop all over the place.
He's very arrogant, I will say that.
Dude, he led the league in flopping for like 3 years running. I don't know about last year, but 3 years before that, he flops the worst.
The Nets beat the Orlando Magic. No surprise.
See, Ron, exactly. This is exactly what happened. I know. See, that's what I'm talking about. You know, why are you looking at the side? That's when he looked at the sideline and pointed. I remember that. And then he lost. I mean, they lost big. It's ridiculous.
Ben Simmons tonight, 11 minutes played, 0 for 3, 4 rebounds, 3 assists, no points. And Kevin Durant had 45 points.
Jesus. Well, I hate to say this, but obviously getting rid of Nash, which I don't think was a bad decision to get rid of him. Right now, I don't think he's got a huge grasp on coaching.
No.
I don't think he does. I mean, I'm not saying he's a nice guy. He's a bit of a player's coach, but and the players know him because he just recently retired. But as a coach, he should go to a smaller program. Put him out there in the Nets thing was obviously, I mean, they were losing everything, and now.
Yeah. What's going on with Simmons is he's still a bench warmer.
Yeah.
Yes and no.
He's horrible.
Yes, he's horrible. Yes, well, he starts for him, but he doesn't handle the ball anymore because Kyrie Irving's back.
You mean super head case. By the way, just to let you know, I agree with Charles Barkley. The league should have rallied around, should have gone together and punished Kyrie worse for his statements. I agree with Barkley 100%. Yeah, Ron, he did. He did have one game. Wait, sorry, John. He did have one game where he got but he's horrible. He is horrible. He's a head case now.
Yes, he is.
If he hadn't left the Sixers, not so bad, but I think he now has real mental issues is in his head for the game. So I still think that playoffs when, Embiid made marks, I think that's still in his head. And
always will be. But Embiid nailed it on the head. Like, you have a wide open layup. Stop being afraid to lay the ball up and just put it in the basket.
I know, it doesn't make sense. He wants to score on lobs and all that other stuff. Lob dunks and all that. I mean,
but not only that, that year he was afraid of getting fouled and going to the free throw line because he couldn't make his foul shots. And he never will.
Never will.
No.
I mean, Shaq tried everything. It's funny. Shaq, by the way, had a chance he got used to the granny shot, but he didn't think it looked good on TV, not very manly. So he said, I'm staying with an overhead shot. He was making 70% of his free throws when working with somebody who does the granny shot. And because it didn't look manly, he went back to shooting 40% or 35%. It's ridiculous. Okay. I would have been embarrassed every game if I could have shot 70.
But I bet you hands down, Shaq would beat Ben Simmons in the free throw competition.
Oh yeah, definitely. Shaq would. Oh yeah, Shaq. For as bad as he is, he would smoke Simmons based on the competition alone.
With that wheel release.
Yeah, as a release.
You start like push the ball.
Yeah. I don't know if you'll remember, John. You're a little young, but Ron probably remember. You remember when Manute Bol with the Nets had that great game, Ron, where he hit like 6 or 7 3-pointers, and he took 0 per game. That game I actually was watching for some reason. It was against the Knicks, but man, Shaq himself said that, Ron. Not. He said it wasn't going to look good on TV. It wasn't very manly for him to shoot him granny style. But if you could shoot 70% and help your team instead of shooting 30%, I would have been embarrassed every game. Just to have the points.
I agree, Ron. I'm not saying it. You're talking to me.
Yeah, Ron remembers. Yeah. Manute Bol hitting them threes. I was like, what is going on here?
I think I probably saw the highlights too.
It's probably against the Knicks. The reason I'm saying that is it's probably why I was watching the game. That's when I watched every game possible of my sports teams. So, But that was funny. Yeah, you can still watch the highlights today. It's funny. So funny. In this freaking near 8-footer shooting threes, and he never took any really before then, unless it was some desperate heave. But it was so funny when he was hitting them.
I love it.
And as everybody knows, I don't like today's basketball. I don't like the inside-out game. I liked it better when it was the outside-in game where you toss it through a three-point guy if he was open. Now offenses are just designed. Everyone has to have a high three-point rate. I don't. That kind. It's not fun to watch. It's horrible.
Yeah.
It's horrible. I liked it better when you got to play man. I know that everyone loves the. I liked it when it was man-to-man all the time. And zones were not really legal, but
Montana took forever to come down to Ohio North.
Yes, Rod's right. Rod is exactly right.
What's going on with Nick Foles? Ever heard of Meanwhile sitting behind a mic? Huh?
Ever heard of Meanwhile?
I don't know if the second one what I mean.
Does he mean sitting behind a microphone?
I know.
I don't. Sorry, Gary.
Nick Foles has been inactive the last couple of games because he's moved down the third string in Indianapolis. But if you see behind you, I guess he's talking about the tree behind you. Your wallpaper. I'm confused. I'll have to ask him a question about that. But he's okay. Like I said, Nick Foles is just buried on the depth chart in Indianapolis.
Yeah. Foles. Is there any bad spelling over here? I'm just kidding.
But Bon's right, though. He is just an insurance policy.
I just can't. Under Chip Kelly, he was great. And the 2017 and 18 season, he was good. For Wentz, I don't understand. I can't believe he can't work in someone else's system.
Okay, well, it's funny that you say system, okay? Because obviously, Nick Sirianni came from Indianapolis.
It's all right, Gary. I'm not a deep thinker, so I probably didn't get it because it went over my head.
Frank Reich was recently fired by Indianapolis, as you know, right?
Who?
Frank
Coach?
Reich. Yes.
Yeah.
Before that, they fired the offensive coordinator, Marcus Brady, who used to be LSU's offensive coordinator, then went to Indianapolis with Frank Reich, okay? Last week, the Eagles hired Marcus Brady as a consultant for the rest of the season.
I don't know why you just don't say assistant coach.
That's what I'm asking you. Does that mean that there's a coaching position in the near future for him, that one of our coaches is leaving, or you just use that to gain insight on other teams?
You're talking about our offensive coordinator.
Well, no, Marcus Brady's now on our coaching staff as a consultant.
You think that he's sitting behind
Sarkisian? No, well, Shane Sarkisian, like he's like learning from Shane Sarkisian in the offense. So my question is, does someone like Shane Steichen get a head coaching job next year that you need another offensive coach to take over and now enter Marcus Brady into the fold?
Yeah, I think that's Ron saying what you said.
Yeah. I mean, that's what I'm asking you. Is that what you would presume to bringing someone like that in this late in the season, just in case you lose an offensive coordinator, that you have a next one ready to go?
You mean back out on him now and switch to him?
No, like I'm just saying, though, is that why you're bringing somebody in now, just in case that happens?
Yeah, it's like Ron just said. See, I think he agrees with you in case they lose him next year.
Yeah, because if that's the case, then you might want to look at defensive coaches too, because you might lose Jonathan Gannon. Just saying. Which I would be fine with. I hate Gannon, but
I don't. You mean our defensive coordinator, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'm sold on him one game to game. It's like I don't think he maximizes the defense's potential.
No.
And he doesn't run any blitzes. I'm a big blitz fan in situational blitzing. I used to love it blitz all the time, but you got to blitz once in a while, and you have to disguise it like Jim Johnson used to do.
I agree.
You got to disguise it and use your guys' speed and everything. What's up, Kelsey?
Mrs. Kelsey.
Kelsey, how you bugging?
It's good old Kelsey. I mean, I'm not gonna say much about the Broncos, but they're a mess.
That is why no Sirani and the staff.
Yeah, Brady knows everybody here, so Kelsey's
Who?
giving you a compliment.
Thank you, Kelsey. Appreciate it. It's the time of the year, baby. Holidays. Loving it.
If you tune in a couple of weeks, Mike will be dressed as Santa Claus.
I have no problem with that. I have no problem with that. The Broncos need to get rid of the quarterback.
Oh, there was rumors going around that they were going to fire Nathan Hackett today, but they didn't.
Maybe another coach does something with him. He just doesn't. I don't think it's all his fault. I mean, I think he was coached differently with the Seahawks. I don't know. Part of it's his fault, I'm sure, but
it's a whole new
system.
older
now. But the system, yeah, but he hasn't worked out. And the system, we're deep into the season. He still can't figure it out. Like, I don't know.
He's a ho ho ho. Mike's who's a ho? Mike's a ho.
Yes. Like I was just saying, Kelsey, I don't know if he's your answer at quarterback or your head coach is at least half the problem.
Head coach is half the problem.
It is. It has to be. Because, he may have lost a step, running around wise, but he still has a decent arm and makes decent decisions. It doesn't look that way. He's taking a step back, but I had to believe that there's more than just his skills dropping off. Because I guarantee if he was still at Seattle, they'd still be winning with him. Thank you, Kelsey.
We try.
We try. I just said we try.
We do our best.
Man, the show's been going long.
I know. Whenever you're ready to wrap it up, Captain, just let me know.
Yeah, I mean, we covered a lot of good points. I mean, and everything. We all had a great discussion here.
We gave the first code word in our 3 code word segment.
Yes. John, go over it again.
So, no, you just want me to say that word again.
No, I'm not going to do it to you.
That is very true.
That's right. He has that huge. Well, no, I know he had a huge contract. I didn't realize that was the dead cap number, though. Damn.
But Kelsey, since you're just tuning in,
oh, it's fine, Kelsey. Life takes precedence over our show. We get it.
Now, if you go back and rewatch the show, I'm doing a giveaway and giving out 3 code words, 1, 2, 3, that you have to write down and figure out what the saying is. And then at the end of Friday night movie night, we're going to see who had all 3 words together. And if you get the words matched up in the proper sentence, you're going to win a giveaway of me and Mike choosing.
Yes. Our giveaway, again, is any sport game for any console, PC, whatever you want, even if you want to play something on the Switch. I don't know why you would for sports games, but you still have that option. And like I said, that'll be it. You pick the sports title for this year's, games, show, and all those, and we'll be at whatever you want. And that's what we're going to be sending to you if you win the raffle.
Now, should I pull up the wood one more time or no?
Thanks, Kelsey. That's awesome you say that. We enjoy having you, and we're glad you enjoy the show. You're the bomb.
Can the giveaway be a trip to New Jersey?
Bus ticket will cost what?
Plane ticket.
Plane ticket would be better, definitely.
So, Kelsey, if you go back and rewatch the show, I'm not going to pull it up again, but I put it up twice.
You don't want to put it up? You don't want to put it up at the end then? Okay. Leave it in the middle. Put it up twice. It's up to you. I mean, that's fine.
That's true. Why not?
All right. There it is.
Write it down, Kels. 1, 2, 3, going away.
It's up there one more time. It's going to be great to have you, Ron, on the show. It's going to be
Make sure you have your sunblock and sunglasses. God,
yes. The Ron Testing show is coming.
Now, Kels,
with Ron Testing live.
Now, Kels, you also got to go back and rewatch because I did a very nice slideshow.
A new thing.
We're doing new slideshows. We have a new battle segment that we started this week. Like, Kelsey, it's been a very fun show. So if you have time to go back and rewatch some of it, I highly recommend it. So,
It would be awesome.
Ron, I can't wait to have you on with us next week. It's gonna be a fun debate. So, well, I've been told off stream that I need to spice it up a little bit.
Yeah,
So,
Ron, exactly, Ron. And the tipping point of fancy will be to have you on the show next week.
yes, make sure I have my suit and tie ready to go.
Exactly.
We have to impress the boss, because if not, he's gonna replace us.
Yeah, we got to impress the boss. That's definitely true. It was, Kelsey. We had a lot of fun tonight.
We did.
So we appreciate you joining right at the end too. We love it when you stop by anytime within the show, and we miss you when you don't come.
Make sure to drop a like for us.
Yes, we got to get that like and heart number up.
It will be fun.
Look at Ron.
Mike, should we dress up like the Blues Brothers next week, since we have a boss joining the show?
There we go.
We'll have to put Ron right in the middle of us. He can be the
Yeah,
mediator.
right. Yeah, right. Exactly.
Ron, you're a mediator next week.
Thanks, Kelsey, again for all the compliments. We appreciate it.
She's good.
Well, everybody. She is good people. Well, everybody, I think it's time, John.
I do too.
Sign off for the night.
I could stay on all night. I'm off tomorrow, but I don't know what else we were talking about. But
it's up to John if he wants to stay.
Nah, I think we've had fun.
Thanks, Gary. I mean, that means a lot too, Gary. I'm sorry we didn't get into we'll try to get into the NHL more. I'll start doing more research and about hockey. So I appreciate that. And I'm sorry that we weren't able to touch on the NHL for you. I promise we'll make changes.
That Brady Bunch action.
You too, Gary. Stay safe. Stay warm, buddy.
I like this. I'm leaving this comment off as we sign off. The Brady Bunch action.
Dun, 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 dun. Here's a story of a man named Ron.
All right. Everyone have a good night. Thanks for tuning in. Adios.